Usually I preload it when everybody's joined, but I forgot this time. Um, all right. Does that fit? No, it doesn't fit. All right, that's fine. Um, okay, where we left off, we were actually in initiative order, and we'll just resume right from there. We are starting with, I think Arteme was first. Yeah, Arteme's next up. Let me pop that out. If this mouse will cooperate. There we go. And I'll start the music.
So, where's the girl we're supposed to be going after?
It is, she's up to the northwest. Well, she's actually, well, shit. Sarah, Arteme, you would have actually probably had a better, way of hearing this than anybody else, even, just because you're kind of closer to it where the alleys are. She is to the west of you. It is your turn. You'll be going first here. But she's to the west of you. You do see just barely around the corner of that building from where you're standing. You can see up in the air Pogo's Griffin, as well as Nazim and Norok, like running around the corner. Sarah, you were still in Norok's backpack, rushing off there with Noctua flying behind. So where you're trying to get to is, Arteme, I'm going to pull you out real quick just so you can see the room, and then I'll put you back. That building straight to the west of you, she's behind that. She's in the alleys behind that, on the other side of that building. Does that make sense?
I think so. So, like, right here?
Here, I'll draw. Yeah, further west than that. But yeah,
that
building,
west.
yeah, so this building here.
So I'll continue via the alleyways to get down there.
Yeah, exactly. So if you were to go that direction, that was where she had gone to. You had seen her for just briefly be picked up by Pogo and his Griffin, and then almost immediately teleport herself off of the Griffin away off to the west. You wouldn't have seen where necessarily, but that was the direction that she was headed. Put you back. All right. She was still. I'll tell you too, Justin. By the way, she rolled where the coercion, the attempt of the friends thing was not helpful. That actually was more scared her even further. I mean, it worked.
I just shit my pants, so I'm a little foggy.
Well, I mean, you could see why, right? I mean, the situation was a little bit surprising that this whole group of mismatched people that look like essentially like mercenaries are chasing after her and trying to magically coerce her into staying still. The Juthrans are obviously a threat as well. She's trying to avoid them, but her initial intent was just to avoid you guys, specifically because of an unexpected surprise there. All right, Fox, it is your turn. What are you doing?
I'm just gonna head towards where, I saw her go, but I'm gonna keep going through the alleyways.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep through the back.
Okay. This building is a little bit longer. It's gonna be it's further south. Basically, it's a wider building, so it would be shorter distance for you to go north and around than to go south and around.
But I want to avoid the Juthrans at all costs right now.
So the other, I forgot to mention this too. They are still dancing right now. The three of them in front of you are. They've actually dropped some of the things that they were carrying. One of the one that was carrying his lantern has put it back on his belt. But you did notice one of them dropped what looks like a very shiny and expensive gem on the ground. It's actually kind of in your path. And the other, like the two pacifiers and the residor, are all three dancing. The clergyman is like kind of in surprise, pointing up at the sky at the Griffin. You feel like you can get behind or through them rather without them being a threat to you at all.
Okay, would I be able to pick up the gem?
Do you mean in a surreptitious way, like without them noticing, or?
Yeah, kind of without them noticing.
Maybe they're so busy dancing, just...
That's it.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, not necessarily like in a happy way, because they still are themselves. They're not like charmed or anything. They are all like spun in place and kind of all, pointing and facing in the direction of the Griffin, and for Norok, but really the Griffin is who they had seen fly off with Jazera and are therefore focused on that at the moment. So pointing near the sky, they're not really paying attention to you, really. So you feel like you definitely have a good shot at it. You will have to kind of, reach to the ground to pick it up. But if you're kind of playing it off in a way that you're, attempting to stumble or something like that, I'll say that you definitely have a decent shot. You can make it. You know what? Do this. Make a sleight of hand check, and what we'll do is if you roll too low, you'll still be able to succeed in pulling it off, but it's going to cost you half your movement as far as the time to kind of reach down and grab it. Does that make sense?
Okay.
But if you roll, decently, we'll make it a 15. If you roll decently, you'll still get your full movement where you kind of sliding by, kick it up with a toe, and then grab it out of the air.
You gotta add some flair to it. Pretend like you're doing the worm.
No.
If she's dancing too, she sees the whole group dancing. All right.
Yep.
You rushing through, attempt to kick it with your foot and end up accidentally kicking it almost over to the Juthrin, the nearest Juthrin ahead of you. But you do just kind of reach down and grab it up with your hand, but it is going to cost you some of your speed to get there. So
Okay.
you'll have half movement, so 15 feet of regular movement, and then you still have your action, bonus action, and so on.
I'm gonna dash for
Okay.
action.
All right. So 45 feet total. Go ahead and move yourself wherever you want to go. They are not concerned about you at all, and they don't have any reason to see you as a threat. They're not going to try to attack you or anything. You haven't done anything to them, so. The three that had a little masks on them are the three that are dancing uncontrollably. The clergyman is on a deck above you a little bit, on some stairs, but he is also not, seeing you as a threat. That's only 25, so you still have 20 more feet if you want to. 5, 10, 15. Yeah, it's about right. Okay. Well, not quite that far. Back to there is about as far as you can get. Rushing down the alleyway, though, you do hear the sound of metal slamming, like a floor grate, like a rain gutter kind of a grate, slamming into concrete from behind that building off to the west. So that was action and movement. Any bonus actions?
That's what I'm looking.
Justin, you're up next.
Yay!
Yeah, not really. No bonus action.
Okay. All right, that'll bring us to Pogo.
Okay, I'm still riding
Pietro?
Pietro. I'm going to pull up into the sky to see if I can get an eye on this girl. I'm deciding it's just going to be easier for me to try to track this person flying than other means.
Right.
And
Right
yep,
about
so,
this time, you also hear the sound of like a metal grate, rather, like a, I'm talking about, like a storm drain type of thing, slamming into the concrete behind the building. There is a shout from, like a surprise shout, not a word, but what's the word I'm looking for? Like basically frustration and annoyance from behind the building as well. Not her, but a male sound from behind the building.
I'm gonna fly that direction and up until I can see, or at minimum at least know that she's not there, because I still don't know if. So I guess it would be like all the way to the left. Do I?
Yeah, it'd be west. How high? Because you were at about 15 feet, I think, something like that, 15 or 20. Up already, right?
I think 15 or 20-ish feet. So it would probably be just fly over this building in that direction.
Okay. So we'll say it's 25 to get you up high enough to get over it. So it's only 5 feet up. So you still have the rest of Pietro, which is 60 right?
total. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So that's plenty to get you to the other side of the building. If that's, let me drag you because there's a wall there. So I'll drag you over here. Flying over to the other side of the building there. Oh, that's Pietro. I'll drag Pogo over too so that you can also see. There you go. Obviously, Pogo is actually up on top of Pietro, but you see. A man in kind of dirty rags that was sitting, like clearly he was sitting in the corner there against some barrels and has stood up and is splashed with something, like he's splashed with liquid of some sort. And there's a grate where the just like the map shows, where the grate is not aligned properly, where clearly it was picked up and kind of flung and not put back in place properly. You do not see Jazera. You do see a Juthrin, though, that has just stepped out of the door to the south of you to a building there. It is standing on the deck and looking in the direction of this slammed grate.
Fuck it. Pogo's so he's gonna have Pietro fly to the grate.
Okay.
And gosh, so don't want to do this. All right. So, as a DM, what do you think? so Pogo just heard a sound.
Mhm.
There's people focusing on this grate. I'm gonna leave this up to a roll. I gotta figure this. If
I mean,
I'm gonna do
you could
a
ask
wisdom
them,
roll
too.
here.
You could ask them, did a girl run through here? or
I
something
know.
like
I
that,
just want
too,
to see. There's a lot going on.
but- Sure.
I'm gonna.
I don't know if that
I'm gonna
roll really
say-
clarified much. You got a 4
Yeah,
and
I'm
a
gonna
5.
say Pogo's not really sure of what exactly if she went in there or not. Pogo is going to fucking dumb. Fucking bitches flying into grates and shit. You know what? Pogo is gonna land.
Okay.
And jump like kind of not land. He's just gonna jump off of Pietro low enough onto the barrels,
Okay.
and he's just gonna ask what's going on.
That's
Like-
probably below. I'm gonna say it's a DC of 2.
I'm gonna
Just don't roll
I'm gonna
a natural
lie
1.
to these two,
Okay.
and I'm gonna say there was a girl that was trying to cause a scene and she thinks she stole someone's coin purse. Did you see her come around here?
The Juthrin is ignoring you and just staring at the grate and starting to move that direction. The other guy in the rags stepping away. Yeah, she just threw something at me. She went down there.
Just threw something at him. All right. I am just going to use my bonus action using my gauntlets to dash.
Okay.
And is the grate
give
still
me-
open enough, or do I have to like pry it back off?
You'd probably have to push it a little bit just to be
God
able to
damn
cover
it.
So it is kind of covering. So first, give me an acrobatics. Just don't roll a 1.
Yeah.
But
No, yeah.
It's not quite a pass.
It's like impossible for me to fail.
It's
on
like a DC
acrobatics.
2, yeah, exactly. So it's going to be, really, really hard for you to fail at that. Yeah.
Don't worry
Alright,
about
it. So you leaping down over the barrels and kind of almost over the guy's head, really, to get towards the grate. Go ahead and give me a strength check. Beat a 10 on a strength check.
God damn it!
It's not that bad. I mean, a 10 isn't that bad.
Have you? I'm so bad.
All right, well, an actual 10, just enough. The grate is still only barely open wide enough for you to be able to sit through, but just barely enough for you to be able to slide your way down. There is a ladder. You can see basically down this pit. It is like pitch black down there, and there is there's a distinct smell of like
Poop.
cooking oil, I
Poop.
guess. No,
Cooking
no, it doesn't
oil?
smell bad. Yeah, it doesn't smell bad. I mean, this is a restaurant. It's clearly a restaurant that you're behind. That building is. You can just hearing from people in there and everything. Like it's another tavern. It smells like oil, like cooking oil and maybe some crude oil, like lamp oil, maybe down there.
All right. Well, can I tell how far down that ladder? I'm just gonna slide down the ladder.
Okay, it's about 15 feet.
I'm not
There's no
casting
rungs
any-
on the side, but you'll be able to climb. You'll be able to make it to the bottom.
Get down there, and then I guess do I see anything at the bottom?
Well, yes. You get to the bottom and you see the kind of corner of a blue dress as she's clearly running around the corner. It's a separate map. So if you have any actions or bonus actions to do, like she's just flipped around the corner.
How
but
far away is she?
Probably 15 feet around
All
the
right.
corner. Around the corner, it's hard to tell.
There's no
But
one
it-
else down there that I can tell.
No, but it's like pitch black, and you kind of can't see except for the
Now.
light coming from above you.
Okay. Fuck it. You know what? Pogo wouldn't be smart enough to think of this out. He's gonna cast sleep in that area,
Okay.
and
Alright.
let me double check on something real quick. He's gonna pull out
I
a
guess
little,
you gotta roll
little
hit point
sand.
total?
Yeah, it's a hit point total. And you know what? I'm gonna upcast it
Okay.
at to second level,
Okay.
and it's just gonna be like, I'm guessing, would this be the direction?
It would
see all
be
that?
east. It'd be east under that building. So
Okay.
like,
Like over here?
hang on, I got a thing in the way.
Because
here.
here's the thing, it's a sphere, and Pogo.
Oh, yeah, that'll go. Does
Yeah.
that go through walls and ceilings though?
Well, if I'm
'Cause
15 feet down, and
Yeah.
I'm casting that area, so I'm going to be a little bit above there. So
within 20 feet, yeah, it won't be high enough to be able to.
it won't be
hit.
too high
Yeah.
to hit
Yeah,
much.
you
of
can
anything.
aim at her without risking.
Yeah, much of
hitting,
anything else.
Yeah, hitting your friends. Like maybe other people down there because you don't know if there's other people in the basement, but at least you'd be able to hit her and not worry about hitting your friends. All right.
And so it targets
Ooh,
whatever
all right.
creature there.
Okay. So in that vicinity, it's supposed to start with the highest HP first, which you hear coming from like 15 feet around the corner, a whimper and then a thump, and clearly like head hitting
Swear
the
to
ground.
God, if there's like a dog around the corner.
Well, the thing is there are other creatures, but
Yeah.
its highest hit point first, and it was from you. You feel like it was from the corner, like right around the corner where you'd seen her run. You do feel like it was probably her. So
And
that
then-
was go ahead.
Last for my turn, because I'm probably about out of movement on this.
Yeah,
'cause
you're
that was
at
my action, so I
beginning
can't
to the
run.
bottom of the stairs would be about
Yep,
the end
that
of
was
your
it.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
just gonna telepathically tell Pietro to kind of let the others know that I'm down here by some means. He can talk, so you can let him know. But that's it.
Yeah. And he can kind of screech at them too. And plus, he's actually at the corner, so he's out of movement there. But Norok, Sarah, Sarah can't see him. Nazim can though. Can see Pietro up on the like near the corner of the building over there. So, all right, that'll bring us to Sarah.
Great. So I'm just staying in his backpack.
Right.
Just gonna fly Noctua.
Okay. Assuming that Norok is going to run in that direction, then
Yep.
just use his vehicle. Where I'm moving you guys around. Oh, there she is. Okay, sorry, I was looking for Noctua. All right,
Yeah.
let me put
no,
you
I
guys
was just
back.
Moving her over.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead and move her. I moved her right in front of Norok. I was trying to find her for you, and I moved both of you to find her. But there you go.
Alright.
All right. Any actions or bonus actions?
What is the Jutherin doing?
It's not his turn yet, but he is. Noctua will be able to see him. So if you're still using her vision, he is clearly moving down the stairs over towards the base of the. Well, you can't see the grate from where Noctua is, so he's moving down to where down to the ground, basically where there's another person on the other side of some barrels. Oh, I'm going to move you just up here so that it's not. So you're not actually up there. You're actually down in the basement anyway. In fact, actually, I'll just move you over here on the other roof instead.
I don't want to hurt him because that'll just cause more problems.
Hurt who? The Juthrin?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna hold slow
Okay.
until he until he does something that I think would not be good for our party.
Flow's not touch, though. You would have to cast that from Sarah. Right? I think you can't cast. You can't, like, increase the. Well, shit, hang on.
I have a thing that increases my range. If I need to.
Yeah, but you still have to be able to see it, though. Oh, I guess.
if
Okay,
I'm
that's
looking
right.
through her
That's right.
eyes.
Okay, yeah, so it still would be the range from Sarah, but using the sight from. Yeah, that's fair. Yep. All right. So you're holding it until he, like, if he makes any hostile actions?
Yeah, so like if I see him like pick up Pogo or like pull out a weapon.
Okay. Noctua doesn't see Pogo, but you do see Pietro kind of, shrieking and pointing with his beak down towards the grate. All right.
So,
Is that it then? Just holding on to slow?
yeah, I'll just do that.
All right. That'll bring us to Jazera, who snores loudly from around the corner. She is unconscious. Do they get to try to make a save on their turn or anything?
No, they're just out until someone tries to wake them up.
Okay. All right. Then that'll bring us to the Juthrins. Well, those three also the mass suggestion. They also don't get to make any save until until they finish their feet. Yeah. All right. So they're going to be a bit.
It does last a maximum of 24 hours.
Okay. Arteme, you're gonna hear something because of a choice you made that nobody else is gonna hear, and because of where you are, you're not close enough for the rest of the group for anybody else to be able to hear this. So I'm gonna send it to you in whispered in the chat here, because it's probably it could potentially change what you guys decide to do here. So I'm gonna send it to you, and then you can figure out what you want to do with that when your turn comes back around. You can't do anything with it yet, but when your turn comes up here and after Norok and Nazim, you're hearing a conversation, a back and forth conversation, and you'll understand why in a minute here. Here. You got that? You're gonna have it back.
I'll be right back, guys.
All right. So you're going to hear a conversation, and you're not going to recognize the voices. So it's just going to be, oh shit, how am I going to do? Yeah, it's just going to be in the voices. So it's going to be you're going to hear two different people talking back and forth. Neither of them talking to talking to you at all. But you're hearing a conversation like on a broadcast. So that makes sense? You understand what I'm saying there?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're going to hear two different voices talking back and forth, and I'm just going to call them A and B. Like that, and then here, let me paste that. That'll be quicker. There you go. Now, keep in mind you'll have to act like you can act on this, but until it's your turn, you won't have any way of sharing this information.
Wouldn't I be able to use our own walkie-talkies to tell the group?
Yeah, you definitely can on your turn. Just this isn't your turn yet, is all.
Okay.
You're just hearing this as you're running.
And they wouldn't be able to hear me?
Who do you mean? You mean if you just shouted it out loud?
No, if I use our walkie-talkies.
Yeah,
to
no.
talk
If
to
you
each
use
other.
yours, yeah, that'd be fine. Yeah, there's no built-in like crosstalk. The networks aren't connected or anything. Plus, you're not actually attuned to for that stone. Anyways, you're just hearing the autumn. You don't know if you could even communicate on it yet.
Well, not that I try to communicate on it, but
Maybe in the event. Okay. All right. I'm gonna leave him there then. So that's you hear that. Ben, it is your turn. And you still have Sarah in your backpack.
Okay.
Unwillingly.
Yeah, I don't want to be in here. I just have to be.
I meant unwilling for him. Like, you didn't ask
Well, I
him,
mean,
hey,
that-
would you carry me around? Yeah. You just drop
there-
that backpack.
There's a bunch of Juthrans. Sorry, I'm playing around.
I was able to see that Pogo went this way, right? I mean, I don't know
for
if I
sure.
can see him here, but
You saw
guys would've seen
Pietro
him,
fly that way.
Yeah, and loud fucking wings and shit.
Yeah,
Pietro's
Pietro-
not terribly silent, quiet or anything.
No, he's trying to get your attention over here and, like, clearly beaking towards the pit in the ground. You get the
Okay.
impression that he is... Hang on one second.
I
He
see
is-
Pietro now.
Yeah. His intelligence is
that
not
way.
high. I was gonna say that he's smart enough to recognize that him speaking out loud would be potentially a bad thing to do in a city like this.
Oh, Pietro, yeah, doing like,
yeah.
oh, down in the hole!
Yeah, exactly. Especially when people are clearly looking for potential magical sources like this. But he's not. He's got an intelligence of 2. So, but either way, he's still beaking towards the hole in the ground. Yeah, so you ran around the corner there. There's everybody else in the area is like kind of looking in this direction, trying to figure out what the commotion is after this woman kind of ran through and then teleported a couple of times, and sees you guys chasing them. You do see a man there, kind of covered like from basically like stomach down in water probably, and then there's a grate on the floor that has been like clearly lifted open halfway. And that's it. Other than Pietro's kind of peeking in that direction, there is a Juthran standing on like a decking in a doorway, kind of looking in this direction too, about to head this way.
It's my movement and bonus action dash. So that is it for my turn.
What kind of reaction are people having to Norok, just like in general? Is he getting a lot of looks that we were noticing earlier?
Yeah, no, very strange. Yeah, like there's a lot of strange creatures, and humanoids that are around anyway. So it isn't as much as shock, or it isn't shock as much as it is like caution, like getting out of the way, just out of uncertainty. So I mean, the people they've even if they haven't seen them before, they do know that Yogg exists, and they're wary of them, the same way that the people that the halflings, for example, that you guys met in the past thought they were all cannibals and that kind of thing. So there's certainly a lot of trepidation and kind of awkwardness trying to get out of the way. Sorry, G, what were you gonna say?
Oh, nothing. I was just saying cool. Yeah. And so that's it for my turn. Yeah.
All right. So that was action and
Yeah, I dashed.
no bonus actions.
No, not at the time. Yeah.
All right. That'll bring us to Nazim. What you doing, Sako?
All right. We are going to. I'm still walking, right? I'm not floating.
It's up to you. You tell me.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm just letting you know that I'm still walking. I'm not floating.
Okay.
Because of the Juthrans in the lower right-hand corner there.
Okay.
So I'm going to rush to the left briskly
Okay.
Trying to meet up with Pietro.
All right. Yeah, he's straight west of you. So
15, 20, 25, 30. Bonus action will be additional movement, so dash.
the action, unless you have
Or
something
action,
to use your
sorry.
bonus action. Okay. All right.
Sorry.
So another 30 feet.
The 35. I'll just, for sake of thing.
He's actually kind of flat up against the wall, so you don't have to go around him. You have
30.
one more. Yep.
All right. So I will be right here.
All right.
And just prepare for anything that might be occurring. At this time, I'm just following, really, to see what's going on. So I know something's happening here, but I'm just trying to gauge.
Okay. Then coming around the corner there, you see a stack of barrels, and you do see Norok's back as he's clearly rushing towards something. That's about as much as you can see there.
So there's some activity that something's going on.
You see, based on the way that Pietro's acting up on the kind of corner of the building there, and the way that Norok's rushing towards something, they probably caught her, or at least are cornering her. But yeah, it's clearly happening, close to where you're at. So, all right, that'll bring us back to Arteme.
Gotcha.
It sound
back.
threw me off.
Yeah, one of the round things. Yeah.
I'm gonna use our phone walkie-talkies to let them know that they're planning on lighting the whole place on fire.
The fuck?
And to get the hell out of the underground ASAP.
I missed the first half of that.
You were. Yeah, there was a lot of
Juthrans
noise.
are going to light the place on fire. Like, they're just gonna throw a torch into the underground.
Did you catch that?
Yeah. Can I use that as my trigger for slow?
Sure. Yeah, I'd say you could. I mean, the guy hasn't moved, but her kind of warning you that the Juthrans intend to do that. You don't know which one necessarily, but you could still, I would say, that's still kind of preparing for a hostile action. So, yeah.
Where is my slow? Right there.
Let's see. How do you want to arrange that 40-foot cube?
We're gonna stick it like.
Oh, they're of your choice anyway, so you don't have to worry
there,
about.
So it's kind of like
Okay.
in front of Norok and just
You
kind of
can-
hitting anyone in the vicinity up here.
All of them, because you only see one Juthran there. You can see another person that's kind of just around the corner behind the Juthran. You can just barely see the back of her head, and that and then the guy that's directly in front of you, but they don't appear to be hostile, neither of them. The Juthrans, you only see one Juthran, is what I'm saying.
Oh well, yeah. I'll just do him.
Okay, all right. DC 17 Wisdom. He fails, so he is slowed. All right, so your trigger's gone off. It is still Arteme's turn, but your slow has gone off, and he is affected.
Okay, I'm gonna keep going towards, the opening, but I'm not gonna go in.
Okay. All right, then. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You can make it... If you're gonna dash as well, you can make it to where the Juthran is, around the corner, all the way over there.
Okay, sure.
What's that?
Sounds good. That sounds good.
Okay. All right, I'll go and drag you over, since it goes around a wall there. All right, so you can make it to there. You, coming around the corner, do see Sarah... actually, sorry, you don't, because she's still in Norok's backpack. You just see Norok, the Juthran, who is like he's moving in molasses in space there. That was action and movement. Do you have any bonus actions you want to spend?
I'm going to use my magical stone. It's a cantrip, so I'll have weapons.
To create the little... Okay.
Yeah.
All right, then you enchant the little pebbles, and that is it for your turn. That brings us to Pogo. Pogo... Let's see. How do we want to do this? Because that's actually technically on another map.
I can do Theater of the Mind. Never mind.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna jump over to that map real quick. In fact, actually, I can just put you on this map is what I'll do. Let me see.
Ooh,
I'll just drop
fancy.
you. You'll be on this map as well, but you'll just be the only one. All right. So do you see yourself? Oh, hang on. I gotta drag you over to this. How do I do that? Without activating.
I didn't know you could do that.
I'm pretty sure.
I mean, it
you
would be a
can.
cool feature, but
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can. I'm just not sure if I can just drag you from here. There's like a call player to map or something like that thing, I thought. Pogo. There we go. Pull to scene. That's what it is. Did you get any kind of prompt on your screen?
Yeah. No prompt, but I am on another map now.
Okay,
Does
cool.
everyone else still see the other map?
Yep.
Cool. Fucking cool.
All right.
All right. So
just around the corner from you can't quite see her from where you are, but you heard a thump to the southeast of you. You have like almost no light, but just around the corner from you, you heard the thump where you assume she fell and was knocked unconscious.
Yep,
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cast light on my. I'm gonna pull my sword out and cast light on myself, basically.
Okay.
So it kind of fills up the halls. I see now. Can I walk towards that area and?
Yeah,
so
she's right around the corner. In fact, I still have her moving, but she's right there. She's unconscious on a little ledge there. You see some steps heading down, and there are barrels everywhere in this room. That this is clearly, like a cold cellar that are used for like lamp oil and that kind of thing. You're underneath a restaurant, as far as you can tell.
All right, I am going to, since she still seems like she's sleeping properly, I'm going to dash down and around the corner to see what else is down here, if there's another way out.
Okay.
So
There are stairs to the northeast of you. There are stairs that lead out into like an open area. You can see wood paneled walls. Like it looks like a cellar, like a restaurant cellar.
Okay. And that was action, and that was my movement. I will just use my bonus action to not do a lot here. I'm going to use my bonus action. You know what? I'm just going to use my bonus action to dash back next to her.
Okay.
And kind of I'm just going to keep an eye on, like with my sword out, I'm going to keep an eye on where we came in, and that's my turn.
All right. That'll bring us back to her. You're not trying to wake her up, right?
Nope. I'm just sitting next to her.
Okay.
I think my pogo in his brain is thinking he wants to try to find another way out of here, but at the same time, he's not very strong, so he's trying to figure out what the fuck he's going to do here.
Yeah, she is
to
human,
carry this girl. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you'd need, to not be pogo-sized probably to be able to carry her efficiently.
So according to our little inventory stats, my absolute max is another 51 pounds.
Yeah,
so unless she's like way far thin,
unless she's
way far thin, yeah,
extremely.
Is she 4'3" and like a
and
heroin model?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Heroin addict, maybe. Am I gonna get lucky?
All right, let me move us back, and I'll pull you back to the scene just so you can see what's happening too. So you're not.
Oh, it's okay. I got my brain.
All right. Well,
Pogo wouldn't be able to see anyway, so
don't pull a Victor and go running off then. To go explore the place because I can't. Basically, depending on which scene I'm on, I can't watch them both.
Yeah,
at the same time,
I'm slightly stuck where I'm at. I'm a little stuck, so I'm still trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. So.
Sure. All right. That'll bring us back to Sarah.
Okay, so Noctua is gonna go and just kind of like perch up here for right now.
Okay.
Now, I have a question. It says a 10-foot square centered on a point within range. So can I, my grease? So
oh, okay. Yeah, you didn't say that part first.
Maneuver that so it doesn't make difficult terrain for Arteme and just the Jutherin?
So it's just over the stairs, basically, is what you're saying?
Yeah, because it says it's a 10-foot square, so...
Can
I do it so it, like, just covers the stairs? Like, so when he
not
walks on these
really. Well, you know what? I guess you could kind of say behind him, but it's going to splash off the wall. It's going to get everywhere, is the thing. Because the thing is, that's a wall. Like, if it was, if we would say inside the building, but it can't. It would be a wall and a door that's hitting, and therefore it would just splash back down and land on Arteme as well. You could potentially say behind him, and I'll give her better odds as far as her dex save to get out of it, if you want to do it that way. You know what? Here's what we'll do. It's still... Well, shit. I don't think there's any way, because she's right next to him. He's just, a few feet up. that she's still going to have, she is pretty dexterous anyways, but she would have at least, some of it to potentially contend with if you did it at a, rotated 45 degrees, so that it was at the square that he's in, the one south of her, like that, like a kind of 10-foot square that way, but it's still, like I said, there'll be some splash that she might have to contend with.
That sounds fun.
I mean, she'd probably be fine.
Okay, let's do that. So
Fox? I mean, you may want to ask her instead of me, I suppose, but...
No, it should be fine, because it has something that lets me walk through stuff. Like, if it's difficult terrain, it doesn't react to me, so I don't know if that would work on this.
That's true. Turns into difficult terrain for the duration, yeah. What is you have a, like...
I think it's a feature
Planeswalker
or
or something like
something.
that? Yeah, it was a druid one that you got, like, one of your recent levels, right?
I'm not sure which level.
Landstride? 6th
ours
level,
was
moving
like-
through non-magical terrain costs you no non-magical difficult terrain. Grease
non-magical, okay.
is Grease? Yeah, probably is magical because it is magical Grease. I'd still say she has advantage at the very least on getting through it,
Okay.
and a low DC. So
Alright, well, if you're okay with that, I will do that. Otherwise, I will.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Okay. All right, then let's throw some grease down, and hopefully he, like, I don't know, breaks a hip falling down the stairs or something.
all right, let's see.
You're going all Looney Tunes on this shit.
You're gonna paint a
Culkin would be proud.
paint a railway through the side of a mountain.
Anyone, get an Acme magnet because they're wearing armor. Just
Well, plus he's already slowed, so his movement is halved, I think, already, and then difficult terrain will
Would have it again, yeah.
also slow it.
so he can go 5 feet a turn.
Let's
We
see.
do have my magnet. I still have that.
Yeah, you
magnet.
haven't used that in a while either, yeah.
Yeah. So we do have a giant magnet. It's
You can
comically
kind of-
large.
Yeah.
You could probably pin somebody to a wall with that, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Anybody
these dudes
that's
are all
armor.
wearing plate mail and shit.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
He rolled really high, but I think it was actually not necessary. When the grease appears, each creature standing it must succeed on a dex save or fall prone. Yeah, so he didn't fall prone, but enters the area or ends its turn, there must also succeed on a dex save or fall prone. So it's not his turn, but he did succeed the initial time. At the end of his actual turn, as he's passing through it, he'll have to roll again. So, all right. Any bonus actions or movement? Are you staying in the basket?
Nope. I am not getting out of that thing until we are out of sight of the Juthrans, so
All right.
I will just stay here.
Okay. Jazarin is still sleeping peacefully. The Juthrans, it is now his turn. He is going to attempt to make it down the stairs, so he'll have to roll again. 17. Ben, you're up next, dude. 16. So he fails. He falls prone, trying to step his way off of the landing there, unprepared for this splash of cooking oil, essentially, that you've now flashed all over the stairs. He slips and lands on his butt and then kind of falls down to the base of the stairs there. He is prone. Where is prone in this list? Oh, shit. They made him alphabetical. That's nice. I did not realize they were alphabetical now. All right, so he is prone and slowed. Let's see. With his speed, he would not have enough to stand up the rest of the way because he's been halved twice and it takes half movement for him to stand up. Oh, wait a minute. It's the halving is what's left, so he would have 10 and it would take him 5 to stand back up, which he has to have at least 5. That's fine. After slipping, I'm going to say that he does, slip and fall to the base there, and is now at the kind of the bottom of the steps there. The others that you guys haven't seen yet, I'll take care of that in a moment here. All right, your turn, G. What you doing?
I'm going to hop down the hole.
Okay.
Like he's not gonna talk to anyone or anything. He's just gonna look down and just jump in this hole.
I mean,
I am gonna look before I jump down, actually, but I'm assuming I see a light and a little pogo standing there. With the
you
sword
don't
out.
see a pogo, but you do see light now, and it's new. The light was not there when you first came around the corner, but now it is kind of illuminating up out of the hole a little bit. You do have to, I'll say this is well within your passive, you do have to use a foot and kind of kick the grate out of the way a little bit more. There's no way you would fit through it where it is. There was just barely enough room for a pogo to fit through. There are like ladder rungs sticking in the wall, but you're looking at them, not sure if they would hold you. You may need to either jump or just kind of hold onto the sides and climb your way down or something like that.
Is it like 10 feet down?
That's 15.
about
It's 15.
15.
You this is again below your passive for you to be able to get down. It's just going to cost
Yeah.
you half your movement to do it.
Okay. I'm gonna, if I can, say, Pogo, are you down there, dude? You okay?
And I'm just gonna yell back. Yeah, we're fine. I might need a little help down here, though, if you don't mind.
I'm just gonna just hop down then, and then
Okay.
any remaining movement that I would have left, I'll.
I'm over here
well,
around the corner.
Well, I'm
Come
gonna
to the
hop down.
light.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop down and talk to Pogo. So I guess that would be the rest of my turn.
Okay. I mean, that doesn't take your action to do that, so you still have, if you want to use your action. Let me go ahead and I'll bring you over to that map real quick so that you can see, and then you can kind of decide what you want to do from there. Drag you over here.
I'm assuming I see the unconscious Jezera, excuse me.
Yeah, you do. Yep.
Ground over there. Okay. So I'm gonna say, are we getting her out of here? To Pogo.
Yeah, but we're not gonna go back that way. I don't trust it. Let's just take it one of these ways.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Fuck that. Well, is
I
there
will
someone in your
fall out of the
backpack?
backpack.
Yeah, so Sarah's down there. Oh shit, let me go ahead and bring Sarah over to you now.
Okay.
Were you gonna suggest stuffing her in Norok's backpack too?
Well,
Is
I
there already
mean,
somebody there?
Yeah, that's.
if I'm out of there.
So I mean, I can make you invisible. I just can't carry the lass. By the way, don't try to wake her up. Don't shake her or slap her or anything like that. And she'll be out for a while.
Just pick her up and drape her over her shoulder then.
All right. So I've got a question about about invisibility. It's a creature you touch becomes invisible. Anything the target is wearing or carrying, but I'm guessing that doesn't count for another person that they're carrying. Correct?
Yeah.
I feel like we've had this
Another
conversation.
creature. Yeah, a creature
Yeah.
would not be covered by that. Yeah.
Perfect. So I can just make you. I can make you invisible if you want. We can try to get through one of these other areas.
Would it
I mean, I imagine
there's
there's stairs. I went around the corner. There's stairs going places. It's probably. I imagine their main entrance and exit isn't that great on the side of the building.
Yeah, we'll just pick whichever one looks good. Probably pop up in the back of an inn or something.
Anything else I need to know? Or did she say the other thing over the walkie-talkie, the fire thing?
Yeah, was that to all of us when Artemis
And it
was
just
talking
I
about it?
said it to all of you guys.
Okay.
You just said that they're gonna light this building on fire?
In the underground, they're just gonna pour like something that's flammable down and then light it up.
Well, your turn's
There you
coming
go.
up here in just a second, Artemis, so you can you can be more specific about it then if you want to. So I mean that was the information that you heard though, yeah. From what Fox.
So
Artemis
if
was
you wanna carefully pick her up, I'll make you invisible here in just a second as I start fiddling with my bag of stuff to find my eyelash inside gum Arabic.
Yeah, then I'll just pick her up and keep going. Picking her up as a reaction, or is that my action?
Well, I mean, usually I would say you could kind of do it as part of your movement, especially with your size, since it's not really, a strength check for you to do it. I guess what is it you're attempting to do here?
I'm just going to try to gently pick her up and put her over one shoulder, and then continue the rest of my movement.
Yeah,
so
don't jostle
As
her.
far as you can.
Don't jostle
Okay.
yeah, and again,
Yeah,
not
I'll say that
running
you
or
can do
anything,
that. Okay.
Just walk at a steady pace.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and move your. Well, let's see. You'd have because you used half your movement to get down here. So
Yeah.
unless you're going to action to dash, is that what you're going to try to do?
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
I was.
Okay.
I just didn't know if picking her up was my action or not.
No. I'd say especially like if you needed to make a check to do it, yes, it would be, but you don't need
All
to.
right.
She's probably 130 pounds maybe. So
Yeah, and so then I'll
can
just
make it
catch up
there.
to him. I'll just
All right,
catch up
make
to
it
you on
there.
the next turn and turn you invisible.
all right, then you've got Sarah in your backpack and a Jezera thrown over his shoulder as you rush around the corner there. All right, that brings us to Nazim. So Arteme and Nazim are still surface side. Everybody else is down in the basement so far. So Nazim coming around the corner there. You still see Pietro kind of facing that. You did see Norok jump down in the hole.
All right, so I will go ahead and start moving, running past Pietro, giving some finger guns to Pietro as I run by.
All right.
1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
That's 20 right there. That's 20 actually, because you could have gone diagonal around the corner there.
20. Okay.
Yeah, you can make it to the bottom of the stairs with your levitation essentially for 5 feet. So you'd be at the end of your movement at the bottom of the stairs if that's what you wanted to do.
Yeah, I don't want to use levitation in front of the Juthrans.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be within sight of them. You'd be floating down the hole. But if you wanted to, anyways.
That works.
All right, then let me go ahead and drag you over as well. I'm going to put you on the roof on this map, but I'm going to drag you to the other map here in just a moment.
Okay.
And hopefully
I'll let the Juther know that we'll get her for you.
Okay.
We spilled a drink for him or something.
He did.
He's all wet.
Well, that's not the Juthrin. That's the kind of homeless guy behind the building there. The Juthrin is at the base of the stairs there.
He's selling jars of his own spit.
He clearly
he's not
had
making a lot of money, but he's selling his own spit jars.
Yep. That's a tough market these days. Not a lot of people buy spit jars anymore. All right, you should see the basement map now, right, Sako?
Yeah, I see it now.
Cool. All right, so you were there. That was the end of your movement, but you still have action, bonus action.
I will go ahead and use a action to dash and continue to run down these stairs.
All right, go ahead and
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, I guess, right there.
Okay. All right. That if your turn.
And that's it for now.
All right, that brings us back to Arteme.
All right. So who all actually went down?
Everybody. You're the only one that's still on the surface. All right. Then, yeah, for you, it's 15 feet to get to it. It would be another 5 or so probably to get down to the bottom. So let me bring you over as well.
Okay, I'll dash to try and catch up.
Okay. I'll put you on this map, and then you can go ahead and move yourself on the dash. In fact, actually now, since you're all here, I will just go ahead and activate this scene so that everybody's brought over. There we go. All right, so once that loads for you, Fox, you are in a kind of like not cleaned out. It's a rough, like kind of cavernous basement area with only some rough-hewn steps. But clearly, this is like a cellar area, and you can see Pogo and everybody from around the corner to the southeast of you. But you do know this obviously connects, based on the information you heard, this connects to the cellar for that restaurant. Is the impression you have?
Okay.
So what you doing?
Are they that close to it?
Yeah, they're just south of you, southeast of you.
Oh, it took a lot to get in there, man. I had to fly over a building. I had to push a grate.
I'll just go over here then.
Okay, so they just did it. All right. Let me make sure that showed up where it's supposed to. Sorry, guys, 1 second here.
All right, so where exactly do we want to try and go? Is the question.
So when you get to that edge right there, just around the corner from you, you can only just barely see it. You see another source of light coming from the kind of to the east of you there. It's clear that's where the cellar like continues into, and you can see light, like torch light coming from up there. So
okay,
that's your exit, is what I'm saying. Guys?
Like, does that mean that's where we're going? Like, we want to try to get out that way?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna turn them invisible. Can't you see I'm looking for my eyelash? For this fucking spell, I can't find my goddamn eyelash. And then they can go up there. He can just carry the girl, and we'll go meet back at. Fuck! When are we gonna meet, guys? I
think you did make quite a scene on your way out of the Old Orange Tabby.
We made a scene. We gotta go to another place. We gotta go to where we told your dad to go to, so we gotta make our way there. I'm gonna be talking to Sarah about the place we told her dad to go to. I think we got his digits, his address, right?
Yeah, I know where they're staying. I got it written down here somewhere. Hang on, I gotta find it. The Gypsy's Gaze, right?
Yeah. So we're gonna go to the Gypsy's Gaze. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, that's where their room is, right? That's what you mean?
Yeah. So we're gonna go to Gypsy's Gaze and we'll figure it out later.
Make us all look like something else while we're walking through the streets, so we're not quite as recognizable.
Well, Norak will be invisible for like an hour.
Yeah, but the rest.
So those two will have plenty of time. Norak, as long as you don't accidentally, knock over a horse or something.
Or like step on a bug. I mean, technically, him killing any creature, him attacking a creature.
Oh, would that's some strict ass
totally
DM bullshit. Yeah.
Be
what about the bacteria?
Yeah, exactly. Yep. He rubs sweat out of his eyes and kills enough bacteria.
His stomach is just going through all that bacteria all the time. Yeah. Digestion.
No, I would not be that much of an asshole for it.
So yeah. That's the
All
plan then. We'll get there.
Okay, that if your turn then, Arteme?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. Then, at the end of your turn, let's see, let me look at the streets here, initiative order here, because it is separate. Okay. Then, in that case, you, not particularly surprised, I would guess, as he's only 10 feet away from it. You hear noise from above at the top of the tunnel there, of the grate closing, of being like pulled back into place and closed. And there's some shouts and some noise, and then you hear a pained grunt as somebody is clearly like hit very hard. The voice sounds very probably matching that of the homeless man above. They're still screeching, and then something like a lit torch falls in behind you.
Peachy.
So I will start that. This will be the first round, and then it will be over to Pogo. There's something happening, as you might expect, as the lit torch hits the ground behind you, and then a vial of something lands on top of it, and there's a small kind of eruption of light that fills the room in here.
Is there wood above us? Like, is this like above us is the floor to the building?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. You're in the basement of you're just in the rough-hewn part, but you can see up ahead of you like that when you dashed around the corner, Pogo, and you saw up there like the kind of clean part of the basement is over there. This is just the coldest part of the cellar, and that's where they keep the oil and drinks, ale, things like that, wines and so on.
That's just all fire now.
Yeah, so I've got to fill it in actually real quick, but yeah, that whole area is filled in, and I'm going to go ahead and tell it to you this way, that this is going to continue to expand, just so that you're not surprised by this. Not that you should be, but it will continue to expand turn by turn, and being in it at the start of your turn, and it will basically, Arteme probably has the worst, but maybe Pogo. If it expands, it's going to expand by a random amount as it grows. You'll see why here in a minute. But if you start your turn and it has already grown into the area, it's going to hurt a lot. And because I say Arteme and Pogo because you two are the ones that come right after it. It'll be your turns first, essentially, each round. So you two have you're like closest to the back as far as the initiative order is concerned. So basically, you two won't have as much advance notice as the rest of the group. But that is it for that. Brings us to Pogo.
All right. Ow, fuck! I'm going to use
It's not touching you. It's just outside of your, yeah.
I'm going to use about 15 feet of movement to get up to Norok and Jezra, whatever.
Yep.
And I'm going to go ahead and make them both invisible. So I'm going to cast invisibility, and I'm going to upcast it. If I can find my spell slots. And this is concentration. All right, so now I'm concentrating on that. Sleep wasn't concentration, so yeah, I'm good. So they are both invisible.
Light is not also, never mind.
Yeah, light is not. I double checked that one.
Okay.
And that was fun, and I'm just gonna let's see, I got 10 more feet. I can run through his legs because I'm a little guy. I'll use my bonus action to dash with my gauntlets. And is it the light that's just straight ahead?
Yeah, it's to the northeast of you. So,
okay.
Yeah, up and to the right.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I can only get to there. But that is, see here, 50, yeah, that was 25 feet for movement, my action, and then 25 feet there. And I'm also going to
your bracers now.
Yeah, I'm also going to mentally tell my big parakeet to basically fly to one of the closer buildings and perch on top, but don't act aggressive at all. Like, try to not act aggressive while you're doing it. Okay. And that's it.
All right.
And I'll be right back. I can use the restroom.
All right. That'll bring us to Jezera, who's still sleeping. That brings us to Sarah, who is still in a backpack.
Yep, but they're invisible and I am visible, so
yeah, you're just floating in midair. So is he. Sorry, she is still invisible. Oh, no, hang on. He upcast to get her too. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah. All right, so I'm just gonna grab my broom and just fly out of the backpack.
Okay.
So that's 60 feet. So 20, 25. When he gets back, I'm gonna see if he wants to just get on the broom and then finish my movement.
Okay.
But I'm also going to cast Seeming on the rest of us to just look like nondescript halfling and humans.
Okay. All right. Yeah, click Seeming. Let's see here. Number of creatures you can see within range. Any number, geez.
Uh-huh.
What level spell is this?
5th.
5th? Yeah, I see at the bottom there. All right. Nobody's unwilling. Technically, one is Well, are you going to try to hit Jazera as well?
No, because I have to be able
you're
to
going to leave her
them and
invisible.
they're invisible.
Okay, that's fair. All right.
It's just
all right.
us
So each creature can seem 1 foot shorter. So you're just going to try to make everybody short enough to try to appear halflingish. They'll be a little bit tall. Arteme and Nazim would be a little bit tall for halflings, but
because it doesn't really, like, you'll touch through the illusion. So I want to make
if they were
as,
trying to touch them. Okay.
as similar height as I can. Make me and Pogo just a little bit taller, and none of us we're just all nondescript, but dirty, like we've been down here for a while.
Okay.
So that way
right.
it looks like we saw the fire and just like ran out because it's on fire.
Makes sense. So
It's
you're covered
on
in soot,
fire, yo.
Kind of humanish, even if vaguely halflingish. So you and Pogo both a foot taller, making you 4 feet tall. 5 feet. Wait.
No, 4
Normally
feet.
4? No, so 4 feet. Okay, so you'd just be tall for halflings, but not like yourselves anyways, and kind of, dirty, commoner looking. But Sarah and, Norok and Jazera are still invisible, so. All right. And you guys are all choosing to fail the save, I assume?
Yeah.
And I also want to know if you want to get on the broom.
Oh, fuck yeah.
All
What?
right.
Nope. I feel like the broom is a little conspicuous.
I'd get on the broom.
Yeah, I'm not getting on the broom. I'm just going to roll my tiny little feet.
Sarah's a little bit far away to get on the broom already, unless you can catch her on your turn, Arteme.
Okay.
What is that?
Geez, it makes that thing huge when I try to upscale the token. All right, so just Sarah on the broom then. Pogo's still on the ground. Everybody, Arteme and Nazim, you both choose to fail the save?
Yep.
Yep.
So you look like generic humans. All right. That if your turn, then Sarah?
If he's not going to get on the broom, I'm going to finish the rest of my movement. So
Okay.
40.
It's 60, right, for the broom?
Yeah, so that's 40. I'm just going to go right here.
Okay. I just realized that wall is obscuring more. Oh wait, hang on. Is that actually supposed to be a wall? It is. Never mind. That is actually a solid wall. So there's a staircase leading upwards a little bit. It's a real shallow stairs. One for easily carrying heavy casks and things like that. But you can hear metal sabatons hitting stone around the corner from you. Not heading in this direction necessarily, but there's clearly booted metal. People, humanoids, walking around north of you, around the other side of that wall.
Yep, that's great. I'm just gonna wait right here.
Okay. That'll bring us to Norok. What are you doing, G?
Alright. Keep moving.
Okay, that's your regular movement there, right?
Yep.
One more. I think you had one more still.
Okay.
Right to the northeast. Yeah.
Right.
We'll go to the right because it'd be diagonal. So to there, if you want to do.
Okay. And then, yeah, I will.
You're dashing as well?
Here. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just whisper to him as he passes by. There's.
Well, you don't know he's
Something.
passing. Well, never mind.
Oh,
He still
shit.
makes noise. He still makes noise. So
Okay, yeah,
he's
so
invisible,
like-
but he's still.
I'm assuming he has to like push the broom out of the way.
Go ahead, G.
Okay.
There's people around the corner, so careful.
Up to the direction she was facing is the way out. This is kind of a webby basement area. But if you're trying to head out while you're still invisible, it'd be to the right of her. It'd be right of Sarah.
And I think I'd be just about out of movement anyway, so I'm just gonna.
Well, if you're dashing, you still have up to the top of the stairs at the very least.
Okay.
You'd have 40 more feet, so you'd have 2 more to the right. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So from there, you're invisible, but you can see an area of the basement here. This basement's relatively dark. Like there's a couple of sconces with rush lights in them, like little wax-covered grass. But you can see a wedge of light that is a very distinct purple that you recognize. It's not facing this direction. It's facing away from you. Is the color you could like? Can you see it, Ben?
Yeah, I can see a part of a Juthrin through a sliver, and then there's a purplish kind of shard shape that I can see.
So that purple light, you know what that is. Like Norok would know what that is. Ben, do you remember what that is?
I'm guessing that's a lantern, right? That the Juthrin carry.
Yeah. Do you remember what they do?
They'll probably be able to see through the invisibility too.
And the seaming too.
You gotta stay out of the light.
Yeah. But it's facing away, so that's two separate Juthrins. You see one to the left of you, which is in the goldish colored armor. Those are their like heavy priests, and the Residors, the black armored ones, and those are the ones that usually have the lantern. So that's two separate people. The one that you can just partially see does not have the lantern, is what I'm saying. So that was action to get there. Any bonus actions?
No, actually, I think I'm just gonna wait it out here. Because I was gonna point up two fingers to Sarah, but she can't see my two fingers that I'm holding up, so I'm not gonna hold any fingers up and just wait.
All right.
I'm not gonna say anything because we're too close to that guy over there. So
Okay.
That's it.
Then that'll bring us to Nazim.
All right. Since the fire is now kissing my back, I will be running at a high rate of speed.
Okay.
So I'll be running to the right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Then I will use the extra action to dash.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
So hang on one second, just real quick. You guys, I think all of you forget this too. As long as you're not taking advantage of it, you can move diagonally as well. It's still 5 feet. So real quick, Sokka, I'm going to move you, and then I'll put you right back where you are, okay? So I'm going to move you over here, and basically you could go, say you were just trying to go left, or up and to the left. You could do 5, 10, like that, but it would be the same movement for you to just go 5, like for you to move diagonally. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I don't know how to drag it that way.
Well, no, that's fine. Just if you're going to move, like you can move, right and then up and just count it as 5. As long as you don't, basically if you guys zigzag, you can really cheat it that way. You're supposed to count it as every third one counts as 5, something like that.
So
but anyways,
1, 2.
Yeah, so like 2, exactly. 3, as long as you're, 4, yeah.
6,
as long as you're not
7,
obviously
8.
trying to cheat it, then it's fine. But that way you can take full advantage of your movement. I'm fine with that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so you were right there, but you have 2 more actually that you'd be on the boxes just outside of the door there, for your dash. So
that'll be it then. I will. I don't see anybody in this room. Correct? It's just.
You see Sarah. You don't
Sarah
see Norok.
and,
yeah, Norok's invisible.
Gotcha.
You know that he ran this way, but he is invisible because of Pogo's spell.
Okay, so I'm aware of only Sarah's position then. Okay,
correct.
Then I'm good to go, and that'll be it for my turn.
All right. Well, this is where the bad news comes in. We're gonna roll for it, and Fox, because you're the closest, I'm gonna have you do the rolling. It's only 1d6 times 5, so roll the d6 to see how much the fire grows, and it's gonna grow faster each turn as well. So
it's a 6. It's gonna grow by 30 feet. It'll
by 30 feet.
consuming.
Yeah, and Pogo's gonna be hitting it probably too.
It's fine. I'm fire retarded.
So it's only 10 feet. It is still going to hit Arteme, not by a whole lot, but a little bit. For some unfortunate placement there, it's going to go to about yay. Can I draw them in that way? Yeah. So Bill, like that. There's probably a quicker way to do this, but for now this will suffice. Which means at the start of your turn, and Fox, you're not going to like this either. It is 66 plus 10 fire damage. 31 fire damage, Fox.
Some hot shit.
And it's going to get worse and worse too. Like the damage goes up. There will be other, let's just say, other risks of fire, other things you might expect if you're stuck in a fire. So 31 damage, Fox, as you're trying to escape out of this. As from behind you, one of these small barrels that is just these little casks of oil just erupts a little bit and kind of splashes more of this oil behind you as you're trying to rush away. But it is your turn. That is it for the environment. So it's your turn.
Okay, I'm going to dash to Sarah and hop on the broom with her.
Change your mind about the broom real quick, huh? You said you didn't want to be on the broom before. Oh, never mind. Sorry, Pogo didn't want to be in the room. Never mind.
Yeah, Pogo didn't. I did. You said I couldn't reach it from there.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. 5. You can make it to 30 feet. Will get you to there. And then yeah, you can dash and make it to the broom.
Okay, perfect.
I mean, 30 feet gets you to the. There you go. Yeah, to the stairs, and then.
So he keeps telling me there's a wall. So.
There is. Yeah, you just now you can move yourself. Using the. There you go.
Okay. Is Sarah invisible yet?
No, Sarah. Norok is invisible. So right now you just ran through Nazim, but Sarah's on the broom there.
Okay, but she made us look different, right?
Correct. Yeah, you all look
Okay.
like kind of dirty commoners right now, like you're covered in coal dust and shit.
Yeah, which, by the way, I was planning to put the broom away on my next turn so they didn't notice the magic flying broom.
Right, okay. I'm not gonna get on it then, I'm just gonna keep walking a bit.
Okay.
That's the case.
All right.
Dirty commoners having a flying broom.
True.
All right. Then in that case, so that was action to get there. Any bonus actions? You did take a good burn there.
True. I'm gonna use Cure Wounds myself up.
Okay. Healing Word is a bonus action. Is that the one you wanted?
Healing Word, yeah, sorry.
All right. Are you upcasting or leaving it at regular level?
It's automatically upcasted to...
By 2, yeah. So it'd be 3
By 2, so it'll be 3.
All right.
By regular casting.
So yeah, so it'd be 3d4. 3d4 plus your spellcasting modifier. So it'd be 3d4 plus 4.
Oh, it's not letting me change it, so that's... I'm gonna roll the 1d.
That's fine. You can just roll
I'll
2d4
roll another
separately.
2.
Yeah, so 6 plus whatever you roll on 2d4. And then Pogo, you're up next.
Yup.
All right, so 12 total. And that'll bring us to Pogo.
All right. So there are wood floors above us, right?
Yep. Which, with that fire roaring up behind you, you realize is going to be a problem as well.
Yep. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and use my motion. 5, 10, 15, 20. And then I know I'm gonna be here 25, but I'm also gonna use my bonus action to dash. So I can kind of walk through everyone. So 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Gah! And I get here.
Real fast.
Yeah, and then... Now, is it still just wood floors above, or wood floors above me?
Yep. It's all the same level. It's
Fuck it. I'm gonna use my action to just run around the corner, and I am going to let's see, 5, 10. I am going to just look for stairs and just try to run out as fast as I can. Okay. I'm guessing, so since I'm here, I now see this purple light, and I'm just gonna strafe straight towards what I... Do I see an exit?
You don't, but from there you wouldn't be able to tell. Yeah.
So in that case, it's here, 5, 10.
But, well, as soon as you come around the corner,
get basically to, like,
that,
there.
Yeah, that Juthrin does...
One more.
Shout at you. Let's see, you still look, well, I guess you're a slightly taller halfling, but he does shout at you.
It's on fire! It's all on fire! Basically, I'm actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna try to just get attention on me, and I'm just gonna keep running this way.
You actually, when you came around the corner, he was beginning to hold a gauntleted hand up, like stop, but with your shouting of fire and trying to kind of, deceive... Well, I mean, technically, you're not even lying, I guess. Go ahead and make either persuasion or performance. I'll let you choose. Whichever is better for you.
Yeah, we'll just do persuasion.
Am I blind?
I've actually been rolling shit. I'm have a very, very high modifier,
really high modifier,
all these other things I've been rolling for.
He sees you rushing past, and he kind of hold that gauntleted hand that he had lifted up to, like, in a stop. As you go rushing past, he kind of just not pushes you, but kind of taps you on the back, like rushing, like helping you, trying to push you out, essentially. He believed you. You get the impression, anyways.
That's my turn. That's my whole boring ass
All
fucking
of it
turn.
was to run.
Just running.
Yep.
Ah!
All right, off to Sarah.
All right, well, I'm gonna follow Pogo's lead, so I'm gonna jump off the broom
Okay.
and take off running.
All
So
right.
5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, I can't see. Why does it not let me put myself down?
What do you mean?
Like, it picks up my whole thing, and then it won't let me drop there. No, I'm still moving.
I moved you. I did you. I just moved you back and forth to see what do you mean picks up your whole thing?
So, like, when I try to move, my whole thing goes, like, shadowy, but then it... Oh, there we go. All right.
It might have been through a wall. It might have been thinking you, because there's a wall. Each of the ones that look like walls to you are actual walls. So
25, 30. Oh, what do I want to do? Okay, I'm going to dash and just start running after Pogo, and as I run by, kind of like grab his hand and drag him and be like, come on, cousin, let's go. Everything is on fire.
all right. Let's see. Yeah, go ahead.
15. I'm assuming that drops me down to an additional, because it takes me 10 to get to Pogo, so I can get, 10 more feet dragging him with me?
I mean, if you're trying to, if you're pulling him, it would be half movement at the point at which you pick him up.
Door.
You guys haven't seen it yet. Yeah. But now coming around that corner, though, you can see 2 other people to the west of you that look like they're probably like employees or just people that belong in this building. And you hear a lot more metal boots. There's a lot of them down here. Mostly to the west and some to the north.
Great. And I don't see a door anywhere around us.
Not so far, yeah.
Okay, that's my turn.
All right. Then that'll bring us to Nora.
You're invisible, buddy, but good luck, I guess.
Are you muted, G?
Can you hear me?
There you go.
All right. Oh, sorry. Assuming that Pogo wasn't resisting, Sarah was dragging Pogo along behind her for an extra 5 feet.
And from here, do I see any ways of escape? Does it look like?
You haven't yet, but there's something we've got to contend with here, potentially.
Well, the fire's going to start burning through the fucking floor of shit.
Yeah, that's coming up here. But do you have anything to make yourself not make sound or anything? I guess, so if you're trying to be stealthy, carrying her, it's going to cost you half your movement. That's how stealth works. But if you're just walking normally, you would still be making sound, like just kind of jangling sound, and you are walking right next to an avatar there.
Yeah, I'm going to still try to be quiet then, so I just would have been trying to go stealthy then, so that would be...
And there's a screaming. There's also like a screaming halfling too.
That's true. Yeah. So he would be a little bit distracted.
And
so
I'm trying to be distracting. Is my goal. I am trying to be distracting.
So you'd be at 30 feet where you're at now, G. So
okay. I guess I would have another 10 then. If I dashed, I would have another 10.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So dashing would be half. Dashing with half would be still with 40 feet. So you'd have 10 more feet. And that we'll say that'll be like a disadvantage with his perception check to notice you at all, because you're invisible, and I'm going to say it's a pretty high DC for him to be able to succeed at picking you up. It'll be 15 to even notice anything.
I'm gonna go over here, so that way I'm not stopping right next to him.
Okay. All right. Yeah, he definitely did not seem to notice you as you rushed by.
Okay. Yeah, and I would have tried to be, even knowing that there was extra sound, I still would have tried to be quiet because I'm obviously trying to keep myself invisible, so that would be it for my turn.
Okay. All right. Invisible. There we go. That's what I was looking for. All right. That'll bring us to that avatar's turn, actually. He spins in place, looking at you. Did you see a woman run by? Blonde hair?
No, we were just down there and everything just caught on fire.
That didn't burn me.
You don't have any, singed clothes or anything, though. So... Once
Save me,
Anime makes it through, she'll tell
save me! Save me, Tom Cruise!
He when he shouts though, the Residor is going to.
Oh, fucking.
I mean, it's
hell.
his turn next anyways. So I mean, just by this, you know, the you understand. I mean, everybody gets that, right? That's not. I'm not being a jackass here.
Nope.
Like Pogo's screaming, causing a scene on purpose. The Residor spins in
I don't
place.
care. I'm still just gonna keep running here.
Honestly, it's still totally fair. Like that is what Pogo totally makes sense. I just mean that shouting would cause who it's his turn next, causes him to turn. What is that from? There was actually a good news story for like once in the last couple of years of a guy yesterday I think it was that just some random dude driving through a neighborhood and sees a house on fire and runs
He was like
inside
a
to save,
pizza
like, 4
delivery
kids.
guy.
That's the thing, is that's what all the news story. Yeah, exactly. They all say that but he wasn't working. Like he just
Yeah,
that just happens to be what his job is. He was just driving through the neighborhood and happened to see it and rushed in and saved like 4 kids or something. Got really fucked up too. Like he was probably very likely would have died because it like tore his
And
arm
he had
in
to
half.
do a whatchamacallit for his medical bills. What are those? The
Like a GoFundMe or
a
something.
GoFundMe for his medical bills because we live in a third world country with iPhones.
Yep. So, surprisingly good news story. You don't hear those like at all anymore. So, all right. So the Avatar is not hostile or anything, but when the Residor turns and faces this direction, is going to immediately see through the disguises on Sarah, Pogo, and unfortunately Norok, and because they're just at the edge. Like Norok almost made it out. Like another 5 feet, he would have been just barely, because that's the edge of that cone there. I think. Let me see. Yeah, that is literally the edge of that cone. Is just barely seeing Norok there.
The good news, Norok can still continue to run away from it, and then they
it doesn't break the
there.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't break the
where.
invisibility. Yes, exactly. Yeah, it doesn't break, so that's still good. It's not broken. It's just immediately a shout from the Residor points in their direction, deceivers, and pulls the Otateral hammer off of his back. Which I don't know if you guys remember those, but if he hits you with those, it breaks spell. It makes it much harder to keep concentration on spells. And let's see, who would he probably? Because the thing is, he would notice the invisible Yogg.
Thanks for making us look like this, Sarah.
Well, really, I mean, that obviously would have sold it too, but or still would have been something to concern them, sure. But the Yogg, the giant Yogg that he sees, like semi-translucent through the invisibility, carrying a woman, is obviously going to be,
This girl is getting more and more original. I'm like, don't worry, we're not going to hurry. I'm like, I'm going to have to fuck her up a little bit.
I'm gonna have to make
shit
this
now. There's a whole thing.
Let's see. He is going to looking in that direction. Do 10 feet of the Guardian, time of turn, dexterity saving throw. I don't know if that would really help him too much. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit mean, Ben. Make a charisma save. I don't remember what the number is actually, so go ahead and roll the save, and then I'm going to click
I'm
it.
going to say he's probably not going to make it because his charisma's what?
He still could roll really high, though. I mean, Ben typically rolls really well. Charisma 0, come on.
What's his charisma modifier?
Yeah. How uninteresting to be around is Norok. Yeah. Charisma 0.
I've tried to have some conversations with Norok, man. He is not a very talkative dude.
Wait, it actually might be 0. Hang on. No, it's +1. Okay. All right.
Like a rock.
Well, Ben, I'm going to click this in a second. I just wanted to have you roll it because I'm not sure what the DC is, but I'm sure it's higher than 12. Norok carrying this woman, trying to kind of very carefully sneak by. You see this glint of purple light over your shoulder. Have just the briefest of moments to respond and recognize what that is before you blip out of existence, and you kind of flash your eyes open and can kind of rub them. You realize that there's no weight on your shoulder anymore. You look around and you see nothing but streams of like ghosts, essentially, like ghostly figures that are flying off in all directions around you. You're standing on ground and it is black and featureless, just a gray ground. The sky is black all the way around. No stars, no moon, no nothing. There are just streams of these kind of ghostly figures flying in all directions. Sarah, you know exactly what this is. You've been there before. Norok never has. This is certainly a little bit of a surprise for Norok, and not a comfortable experience at all. But you've been banished.
Whatever.
And
86 me.
did you say whatever?
No, I said they 86'd me. Got banished.
Yeah, you got banished. So Norok is no longer there. You still have your actions and everything. You're just not here, in this space. Let's see how. I guess I'll just drag her because the rest of you see Jazera. Actually, you still, you don't see her. She's actually Pogo and Sarah would. Because you're inside the cone as well, so you can see the light still affecting her as her body just thumps into the ground. Actually, he's 8 feet tall.
Yeah.
She will take
She'll take
1d6
some damage.
damage from that, which might wake her up. Let's see.
It would wake her up. Yeah, when she takes damage, she gets woken up.
So she is at 35 hit points as she plummets to the ground, groggily trying to kind of begin to stir and shake her head a little bit, still prone. We'll come back to Norok on his turn, but he is currently banished, which the Residor is now concentrating on. And the Residor is going to 5, 10, 15, that'd be 15. He can move through a pogo-sized space. Shit, you're hostile. Never mind, that's only when they're friendly, right?
I think I can move through them, but they can't move through me. Let me double check on my feature. Sarah, do you remember?
Mine, it didn't say anything about being a hostile. It just said that I could move through
Another creature
space. Yeah.
You can move through the space of any creature that is a size larger than yours, and it doesn't say they can move through ours.
Okay.
So we get to move through theirs because we're trickety with our feet. Otherwise, he's gonna stumble over my fucking head.
Yeah, and I would say that at the very least it would prompt an opportunity attack if he did pass you anyway. So he is going to, rushing in your direction, reach out a gauntleted hand to clamp on your shoulder, like hard, like, biting fingers into your shoulder blades on both of you, trying to hold you. Never mind, he's still going to hold his hammer in his right hand, so just Pogo in his left hand. Sarah, he's kind of hammer around you, basically trying to prevent you from running. Lantern still pointed clearly in the direction of Jazera.
Is this an attack or is this a save?
No, he's not. It's not. He's not trying to hurt you. He's just holding you still with the lantern pointing in Jazera's direction. If you're going to try to break free, it'll be a dex save with a very low DC. He's not grappling you or anything. So when your turns come, essentially you can pretty easily get out of it. You feel like, especially for the two of you being halflings. But yeah, he's not attacking either of you. He already spent his action doing his banishment. That'll bring us to Nazim.
Okay. So I'm in this lower area with fire behind me. If I were to just look around as I'm running through this area, does that count as an action or just a basic observation?
No. Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna intently looking for something specifically, then yes. But if you're just running through and trying to see if you notice anything, that'd just be a perception check.
Gotcha. Okay, Nazim will begin running to the right down the steps.
Those are
However,
actually
as he's running, just kind of look to his right and see if he can find anything just overtly flammable or overtly explosive, or a box labeled TNT or something like that.
Okay.
Something obvious.
The light source actually draws your attention immediately. There is a light source down and to the right. You would have to run around the wall to get to it, which means it's going to slow you down quite a bit to get it. But it is a lamp, an oil lamp, like the Coleman style lamp that you'd use for camping, except it's filled with oil.
Significant amount of oil, or are we just talking like a little thing?
I mean, if you were to throw it and the fire caught all of the oil and not just the little, wick part of it, it would blow up. Yeah, it would be, a minor napalm. Sticky
Could
oil.
you mark on the map where that is?
It is the flickering light to the bottom right of you. Let me draw on it real quick. Now it is right there. Oh, I clicked the wrong tool. It is right here. Artemis, you'll be coming up here in just a minute. There's a couple things before you. You'll be coming up here shortly. So it is right there, but you'd have the kind of orangish part to the north of that is a wall. So you'd have to run around it to the south to get that, and then back around the wall again. It would slow you down quite a bit.
Is that wall higher than 2 or 3 feet?
It's all the way to the ceiling.
Oh, shit.
It's load bearing. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. 5, 10, 20, 30. Shoot. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and make a run for the lantern, or for the oil that you see there.
Okay.
Let's see. It's going to be movement. Oh, why can't I move? 5, 10, 15, 20, I guess.
Yep.
25.
So right, you can get it from there. So that's 25 for you to be able to pick it up. You grasp the lantern. The handle's actually really hot in your hand, but you can hold it without burning. It's clearly been lit for a while.
Gotcha. So I have a fuel source now, and that'll have to be it. I can't continue to move, right? Well, I can't move.
You still have
more.
Yeah, you have 5 more, and then if you wanted to dash, you can.
And then my action will be a dash to get me out of here.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, diagonal, 25. Ooh, that's going to be ugly over there.
Yeah, coming around the corner, you see 2 Juthrans that have cornered the... oh, actually, never mind. You see their regular forms right now because the light is on them.
And I'm doing a fake ugly cry face.
All right, you see an ugly crying Pogo and Sarah, and you see just around the corner from you, you see Jazera on the ground. Norak is nowhere to be seen.
Gotcha. All right, so I guess that's where I'm going to stay, and I've used my action for the dash.
Then I'm going to move you over there real quick just so you're not on the map at the moment. Until that gets broken or if you get yourself out of there. All right, so no bonus actions?
Not at this time.
Okay.
I will kind of prep a reaction, though, just in case.
Just to be clear, they are the Juthrans are absolutely going to be hostile. Like it's clear they are trying to stop you guys. So doesn't mean you need to attack them. It's up to you what you want to do there. But they like you can see one of them is like clamped an arm onto Pogo's shoulder and not letting him leave, and has his hammer like kind of corralling Sarah to keep her from running as well.
Okay. I guess I'll just hold back and prepare a reaction in the event that they attack me.
Okay. So so readying an action would take your action to do it, which you don't have because you already spent it to dash.
Oh,
so
never mind then.
Yeah, so
I'll
I mean, if you
the reaction.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you get hit by something, then you could like hellish rebuke and things like that. You can use your reaction for those things, but you don't have another action on this turn to use it for that. So,
gotcha. All right,
but so if you don't have a bonus action, okay. All right, then that'll bring us to this pacifier, who spinning in place after hearing all of this and seeing the illumination, is going to rush down and begin to grab the groggy Jazera and lift her up and slaps manacles on her. The black manacles, that'll be his action. She would get a chance to resist, so we're going to give her a dex save to try to slip out of that.
Back. All right. So, do you know something you can do? I actually put one.
All right. He's attempting to slap them on. You guys haven't seen whether successful or not. That'll bring us to the environment. Arteme, you're still the furthest back, but you're probably clear of it. Let's see. But I'm going to go ahead and let you roll it as well. It'll be 3d6 times 5 this time. To see how much the fire grows. If you want to roll that. Fox?
Well, we
3d6.
We can
Yep.
go longer without using the shot.
Oh, that is
wow.
80 feet. Now it is around corners and everything, so it is still a long ways, but 80 feet, because it does, it respects walls in the sense that it will be having to traverse around them, but 80 feet will still get it to basically hitting Nazim and Arteme, and it's going to be quite a ways of Arteme as well. Yeah. Arteme,
Well, the
Arteme,
good news is it's going to also hit these other fuckers here. So,
well, it won't be quite that far yet.
in next turn though.
Yeah, for sure. Like, it's just barely going to be up to Nazim right now, and beginning to illuminate all of this. And back here. Let me fill that in.
Just barely kissing my butt right now.
Yep, you're gonna be hit by it too, though, on your turn, because like 80 feet actually covers that line that you're on. I just didn't draw it very well. And then I gotta do these two to fill it in. There we go. Ben, you're not actually in that, of course. I'm not sure if you can actually see it where you're at. So that will be 66 plus 10. Fox, do you want to roll that too, or do you want me to roll it? Fox?
I'm getting to it.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was, if you would want to, because you actually rolled really well normally. You rolled 2 6s on that. All right. Oh, not too bad. All right, so another 31. 31 damage to Arteme and to Nazim. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys that smoke is beginning to fill the area, and you're going to have to deal with smoke and probably other problems of a fire here on the next turn. Justin, there's a bunch of static or something all of a sudden on you?
Yeah, hold on, let me close this door.
So, yeah, Sako applied, Sarah, Automate applied. All right, that is it for the environment. It is your turn, Fox. You heard shouting coming from around the corner and a thump.
Yeah, Leah's vacuuming.
Oh, gotcha. What you doing, Fox?
I was trying to get, like, the measuring thing, but did something else instead.
The measuring tool, for distance?
Yeah.
So on the head one, if you were clicking the second one down, you don't want that. You want the one that is like normal player controls. It says
gotcha.
controls. And then the third one down is the ruler. That's what you're looking for. There you go. Yeah, that's so basically that. Like you see how that's making use of diagonals. That's perfectly fine. So 30 would get you to just directly to the right of Nazim, which you'd still be inside the fire though. So you may want to get further because obviously it's going to go further on the next round too.
Okay, it's telling me there's walls in the way, so it's not letting me.
So before, hang on, let me click that. So that's off. Click just to like straight to the right first, because it's trying to cross the wall to the north. So if you drag, there you go. Yeah, you did it. Yep. All right.
Go to about here.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use produce flame on the one with the lantern.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna hit him to try to break the concentration. Well, it will force him to make a concentration check. So. All right. Go ahead and roll the attack. His AC is 18. Shit. Fuck. 17 will just barely not hit.
Yeah, okay.
Any bonus actions? You do see that he is holding the purple lantern. I would tell you from context clues, you did already realize what had happened. That clearly he recognized or saw through the invisibility. And right now, the seaming is not working on both Sarah and Pogo because they are in it. You do see Jazera being arrested by the other pacifier, who's trying to slap manacles on her.
Yeah, I don't really have anything bonus action that would help with that, so I'm just gonna heal myself.
Okay. Another healing word. All right. So yeah, it'll be another 3d4 plus 4. What is that line coming from? Oh, I see it. Okay. All right, that'll bring us to Pogo.
Okay. So I don't want to do this. I am so Jazira, is she being grappled, or is she still currently just kind of waking up?
She's still groggy. He kind of half lifted her up to her knees and tried to slap the manacles on her. She's struggling trying to get out of them. Actually, from where you're at, you can see that she did succeed, but he is about to reattempt. She doesn't have the manacles on her yet.
And I still don't know where there's an exit, right? I haven't seen any kind of an exit.
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
All right, Fox.
I am going to...
You did also see Norak
attack these two assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Norak's just somewhere.
Norak got poofed out of... Yeah, he's gone somehow.
All right, and I'd probably know which one of these douchebags did it.
You saw the guy in black do it, the Residor, yeah.
Okay. I am going to... Good old standby. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm looking around this room. Do I see any
anybody you can viciously mock?
Large objects? I'm gonna try to bring to life 2 large objects using animate objects. I notice there's a bunch of random stuff around here.
Yeah, there's big crates, barrels, stuff like that. Yeah. I guess, are you looking for anything more specific than that?
Crates or barrels would be fine. So either one.
Yeah, those are all over the place.
So I'm gonna bring to life 2 large barrels.
Okay.
And they're gonna be whatever I can find kind of close to me, and I'm gonna have them attack attack the one that cast banishment.
All right.
And so the 2 large, it's going to be a d20 plus 6 to hit. So 17, does that hit that guy?
18 is his DC. Is AC.
Right. Next one. That won't either. So both of those will miss. So those are just 2 boxes floating around. Well, I am going to... I haven't taken any damage yet, so invisibility's... Actually, would invisibility have dropped then? Because he's like not even on the same realm.
The target... I would say that shit. The thing is, he's not invisible right now, but when he comes back, the effect would. You know what? No, because your concentration would have lost when he left the plane.
That's my thought too. It's just like,
so yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Concentration be down.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm not using concentration. That's fair because the animated object's concentration.
Exactly.
So I was like, it would have dropped it.
Yeah.
So dumb. I guess I'm just gonna use my bonus action to say bye, Felicia. And I'm going to disengage. I think they have disadvantage on their attacks, opportunity attacks when I use this. I'm going to click on it to double check. My winged bracers. Where dash, doing so imposes disadvantage on all provoked opportunity attacks. So I'm going north.
All right.
So
Sarah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. In that run, did I see anything that would have made me think there's another exit or anything like that?
You do see another Juthrin there, but just barely out of literally at the very top corner of what your vision sees there is a tiny bit of another staircase that leads up further.
Okay, I'm just kind of running up there, and that is my bonus action. That was my action, and that was my. Oh, I haven't done my movement yet. So.
Well, real quick, let me roll their attacks of opportunity too.
Yeah,
it'll be disadvantaged, but go. Let's see.
10,
with
15,
attack
20,
disadvantage.
25. Actually, technically.
12.
That will not hit.
12 will not hit. And a regular maul, not the Otateral hammer.
Let's see what happens.
10. No hits.
Yes! So, do I see, does this look like a fucking exit finally? Or at least going up?
Yeah, so, let's see, from where you can, there's a decking, like another higher decking, and it looks like it's even cleaner and nicer, so you gather the exit would have to be that direction somewhere.
I am going to use my telepathy, just as a little free action, to tell Pietro to go into this building and start trying to find me, try to find the basement to this building. Okay. And I should really roll, now that he's actually doing stuff, I'm gonna roll him for whatchamacallit.
Initiative? He just goes after you. No, he just goes after you.
Okay, that's fair.
Remember, we decided that a while back just to make it easier.
Yeah, just to make it easier. All right, cool. Yep. So I'm just still trying to run through.
Okay.
And there's smoke filling shit
let's
up.
See, for him having 60 feet, then there's probably too much commotion down here for you to be able to hear anything as far as what's happening there. But there, like, I guess via some basic sense of what's happening, there's a crash as he tries to smash in through a door and he doesn't really fit, and there are screams because obviously everybody upstairs.
But I hear where the screams are coming from, right?
Yeah. Well, okay, sure. Yeah. If anything, that is also telling you the direction of where the stairs are because where the screams would be coming from. Put those.
Remember, guys, sound is basically a liquid, so it'll travel around through the areas if you're trying to figure out where you're going.
You know what? I don't want to put everybody in initiative separately. That'll just take forever. I'll just put them all in the same turn is what I'll do, just for simplicity's sake. So I'll just move them all down. There's plenty of them in here, but just so that we don't have a ton of different enemies, so I'll just put them all in the same guy, which is later in the round anyway, so on the same turn that the last guys went, so that nobody's getting screwed by it or anything. All right, so that's it for Pogo's turn. That brings us to Jazera, who is just barely trying to avoid contact with the Otateral the black iron manacles that this pacifier is trying to slap on her. She is going to scream and let's see, probably her favorite move so far, because I don't think she has anything better for getting away. Yeah, I think that's probably going to be her best bet. It isn't very far, though. Let's see. All right, Fox. She's going to use higher levels. So she can get to there. Misty steps up kind of in the same direction that Pogo ran. Although, actually, Pogo doesn't look like the dwarf anymore. Well, shit, never mind. Now you're back to looking like the dwarf because you're out of the purple. So you still have your hat of disguise on. You just...
That's right. I never actually dropped the hat of disguise, so I still look like the dwarf.
20, 25, so 30, so she can get to there, not prompting an opportunity attack, which is not left as range either, but she's trying to rush that same direction that you are. Which brings us to Sarah.
Okay, so
you saw Norok pop out of existence. You know the Residor is the one holding the spell. You obviously innately know how magic works, and that him holding concentration means Norok is not able to be, retrieved at the moment.
Yep, Sarah is probably freaking out right now because she does not like being this close to Duthrans. So,
and they're also seeing what you look like right now, which, if there's an APB out on, a little halfling with red hair.
Yeah, so we're gonna use the Amulet of Expel on the Avatar. So we're gonna try and banish him.
Okay.
The DC.
It's the Residor that has the concentration. You know that, right?
I know. I have a plan.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yes. So we're gonna try and banish the Avatar. So he's got to make a Constitution save and beat a 16.
All right. Constitution, just flat roll, not advantage, disadvantage.
Effects noted spell. No, it's just the banishment spell.
All right.
It's only if he's not from the original plane of existence. So.
Oh, okay. That's what I was thinking of. 12. He failed.
So he's gone.
All right. Let's just keep throwing everybody into different realms.
Yeah, just toss them around, man.
Yep.
Now,
I don't have one for banish, so.
I am going to cast Mental Prison on the Residor.
Oh, shit. All right. This is a fucking brutal spell. Target him first before you click the spell.
Oh, shit. Okay, I'll do it again without using the thing. Right,
yeah, don't consume the spell slot. Just click him and hit T. I don't remember if this one had a thing or not. I want to see if they... Plus, I want everybody to get in the habit of doing that anyways.
There. Do not consume spell slot. Go. I don't think so.
Oh, great. Did you do that and then it doesn't even have one? Alright, DC 17. Oh, shit.
Nice.
This is a brutal fucking spell, too.
First, he takes 5d10.
Alright.
Nice. Is this the one that's trying to hold concentration on Norok?
That's
Yes.
Yeah, it is. But that... Oh, wait, 5d10 plus 10d10? Hang on.
Wait, what?
You rolled 5d10 plus 10d10. So it's 5d10 something. Yeah, but it's 5d10 for something.
10 if he tries to get out, I think, because if he takes 10.
No, if he tries to go through the illusion, then it's an additional 5d10. I don't know why it rolled so many.
Because it only has it as one formula. I imported it all from D&D Beyond, and it didn't factor it as two separate things. Let's see.
Oh no, sorry, he takes 10d10 if he tries to push through it.
Okay.
It should just be 5d10 at the... no matter what, if he fails or saves on the...
Alright, so he did, so it's 5d10, and you make area immediately around the target's space appear dangerous to it in some way.
He can't
floating razors.
or anything.
What is he seeing? What are you confusing him into seeing?
He is surrounded in just like a cone of blackness with tiny bits of swirls of mist going through, and every once in a while all you see is Shan's maw coming out trying to bite at him, and then it turns into mist and goes away. And
Nice.
then another one comes from somewhere else, and just continuously.
Little ghostly forms of Shan snapping at him.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so then he takes the first 5, which is 10, 11, 15, 18, so he takes 8. Oh, I guess it was already added up anyways. 18 damage from the initial, which will prompt a concentration. So let me subtract the 18. And DC 10, yeah, it's still just DC 10, so he's still got pretty good odds because it's still only half damage or 10, whichever's highest. So DC 10. Does he have any disadvantage or any reason he has disadvantage on the concentration check from the things being attacked? No, not from those. Nothing from the mental prison, right? Okay. All right, so normal roll. He succeeds.
I'm
20.
gonna make him re-roll.
All right. Go ahead and use your thing. Oh shit! There we go. A 9. 9 out of 10. So with that, then Norok, you are just literally right before your turn. So perfect timing. You were right there, I think. As you snap back into the back into the real world here. No longer invisible, but you're not surrounded by ghostly. Does everybody remember what that is or recognize what that is?
That's the Hazel House, isn't it?
Kind of.
Vaguely.
Kind of, yeah. So the obviously
plane.
Sako, Becky, and Ben, yeah, you guys would remember it better than the rest, obviously, because you have more awareness of it. But Sarah has been there a couple of times as well. I think Arteme did too. But anyways, it's the things that are floating around are essentially the unseen servants that you guys have seen called before, like Jared, for example, which is Sarah's, I think. So yeah. Anyways, that's what you were seeing flying around. These kind of spectral figures. All right. So that it. Sarah's turn.
I'm going to hop on the broom and fly away from here because he can't see or hear anything.
Oh, his senses are jacked too?
Yeah, he can't see or hear anything, and I'm just screaming out, don't knock him out
up.
of it. I mean, it'll hurt real bad, but it
Just give him a shove, push him into it. Yeah.
Yeah, but you can hit him through it. Just don't shove him out of it.
So keep him there, don't move him.
20, 25, yeah.
I mean, we could just let the fire get them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, if you guys can pin these down, they're all going to burn to death.
45, 50, 55. Oh, fuck me.
It's what they get for not liking magic and trying to
right next to
imbue
one.
their views.
Oh, you know what, Arteme? I meant to give you something. So go ahead, real quick, Fox. Go ahead and make an intelligence check with advantage. Sarah, go ahead and finish your turn. It was just something separate for something that Arteme would have had.
That's it. That is my turn because that's action. I used my quicken spell, so I need to get rid of a sorcery point. But...
Okay, for your bonus action to quicken spell.
Yeah.
All right.
How do I deal with the advantage?
When you click it, it should pop up a box asking you want to roll advantage, disadvantage, or normal.
And no,
if
just
not,
as ability check or saving throw.
Yeah. So click on ability check.
Okay, then the other box. Okay.
Yeah,
Advantage
and then it should give you a chance. Yeah, and if it doesn't, you
Yeah,
just roll twice.
it did.
Natural 20. All right, so I'm gonna send that to you because it would have been something you would have intuited earlier when you heard that conversation. So just real quick, I'll send that over to you. Ben, it is your turn in just 1 second here. I think you're muted again, G. There you go. So, let me know if that makes sense. You can send it to me there. Go ahead, G. What are you doing?
Get a move on. Well, I wouldn't have seen where everybody went, but I'm gonna.
You would have heard Sarah running as fast as you could.
Okay.
And
Gonna say, I probably would have looked and saw that this is probably the best way to go. So.
Yeah, but you do see Nazim and Arteme are both like at the edge of the fire, just barely out of the fire.
Okay.
And the fire's about to grow further still. Like Arteme's going to get hit by it again, probably. Possibly Nazim too. Like both of them are close. Nazim gets to go again here in a minute, so he'll be sooner. But anyways, go ahead.
That was 10, 15. I'm going to flip this guy off on the way through because I
Alright.
probably wouldn't realize that he can't see me. So I'm going to do it just on spec.
Okay. Yeah, you can't see through the helmet to see the kind of fear that he's in, but
Dash.
Zara, Pogo, and Sarah all running away, like running through these Juthrans. You know, Sarah, you would have been... The other Juthran didn't have a chance to see you. Right now, you just look like a fleeing commoner. And Pogo, you do too, actually. No, sorry. This spell didn't... Although you're concentrating... Never mind. So
It's
seeming
not
is down.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It's
seeming
not
is not concentration? Okay, well, never mind. Then you all look like... Norok, you still look like yourself, because you were never had seeming put on you.
Yeah.
Pogo and Sarah do resemble, like other... you just look like
Ugo is
commoners.
dressed like a guy, trying to pretend like he's another guy,
And
hidden under another guy. I don't know who I am anymore.
You never go full retard.
Never go
Alright.
full retard.
Then can I, well, that'll all wait there for the movement and everything, and can I just tell the Juthrans and like pretend like everybody here and just say, "There's a fire, come and get out of here, guys." Because
Sure.
you know,
Give
trying to
me.
feel like we're all getting out of here.
Yeah. Give me a. You don't get to make a lot of these. Give me a. I'll let you do. Yeah, it's really going to be persuasion. Wouldn't really be performative because you're trying to run. So, just persuasion check is good. I'm going to say even with advantage because you are actually running away from a fire that is filling the room. Like the room is filling with smoke. Which, by the way, you guys are going to be potentially choking here in a minute too. So, 17. All right. Not choking in a fun way. Saves charisma probably, I think. That's not a save, it should just be a check, but that's fine. So he between the two of them, let's see. Neither of them seem to be too concerned with you. As you guys are running away, they're both kind of turning in the other direction, and preparing to flee as well. That if your turn, G?
Yeah.
I actually kind of expected you to start smashing heads, so that you're not is a little bit surprising because you haven't got to hit anything for a while. But it does mean that you guys will have better odds of surviving at least. If you stood still too long, the fire would catch you pretty quick.
Exactly, and Norak knows that too. I mean, I'm very tempted to start just beating dudes up, but I know we gotta get out of here.
I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck we walked into.
Yeah, you could have swung at the guy as you ran past. I said, just don't knock him out. You can.
I
hit
know.
him.
I just knew that I had to run as fast as I could and take the time to
He
whack
can
on that
dash
dude.
as an action if he doesn't attack, though.
True.
Yeah.
So then, real quick, what do you mean? What you ran into, Justin?
Huh?
What? Did,
Oh no! Like this whole situation, like we came in here and like, oh, they're like, oh, well, there's already a bunch of Juthrans in here with their lanterns looking around for shit. Like,
so that Arteme has some information on that she
okay,
picked
because
up.
I don't think Pogo knows what the fuck's happening. Really.
So Arteme only had a chance to like barely scream, a short bit of information, and then everybody's probably pieced that all together. What happened there? None of the rest of you know this, so don't meta this. But she picked up a walkie-talkie of the ones that were dancing. And when she picked that little gem that she picked up off the ground, that was a walkie-talkie. And she was listening to their conversation. Well, the orders of the Juthrans talking back and forth to the others, not necessarily the ones that were dancing, but the others in the area of what they said to do to catch this girl. And so she's gathered some of the information that she only had a moment to tell you guys, which wasn't a thorough explanation as you guys were rushing away. All right, so that actually brings us to the Residors, or to the Juthrans rather. The one that's in the prison can't do anything, right? Like if he tries to step out of it,
he can swing out, but if he makes a melee attack out, he takes 10d10. If he moves
Do I go
out
before
of the
them?
illusion, 10.
No, you're right after them.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, you're next. Yeah. If he tries to step out of it, or if he tries to
if he tries to move out or swing any body part out of the illusion at all, he gets 10d10 and the spell ends.
Pogo, roll a percentile dice for me. Above a 50, he's going to try to attack these crates to knock them away.
I mean, he
3?
can't see anything, so...
Yeah.
So he is kind of spinning. Well, nobody else can see him.
I
guess
hate that
Nazim
that's
can see
a
him,
bad. That would have been a bad roll on like a D6. And I got a bad roll on a D1.
on a D100. Yeah. He's spinning in place, Nazim. That you can see him there, kind of swinging the hammer like around himself, not to attack, but like kind of protecting himself with it, trying to kind of block these ghostly shands that nobody else can see, but these ghostly shands that are kind of nipping at him from the shadows. But he will not be trying to attempt to free himself from it. The other pacifier is going to rush in his direction to try to help him, seeing that he's clearly distressed. Let's see, those guys are going to move. There's a couple of people you guys didn't see that are just commoners that happen to work in this building that was kind of broken into essentially by all these Juthrans. They're going to try to run out this way, and the two that you guys are already by kind of bought with good reason bought the story of Yogg yelling at them that there's a fire and to get out. So that is it for them. It is Nazim's turn.
They should know. I think they started it.
Well, they did. They're trying to prevent somebody from escaping, which they basically, as you can see, the person that they're trying to escape, they're standing right next to. So, I mean, it's clear that they recognize what's happening there, but they're not, they also have to get out of here and know that she can't get out easily. So, all right, what you doing, Sako?
Question on movements. The Juthrin that is just beneath the Residor, the one in white. If I cast a spell that says if I move 5 feet in the direction of the target, the Juthrin down below.
Yep.
Since I technically can't move diagonally that way, if I move up, does that count as towards the target?
I guess, tell me what spell you're trying. I mean, technically, I guess you could be up and at an angle, meaning it would be 2.5 feet off the ground.
What I was thinking is I'm going to run straight north, cast Psychic Shove, and does that count as charging 5 feet towards the direction of this person? Or do I physically need to turn left, then
Yeah,
north?
he's not straight north. He's very much northwest. So if you were going to do something that means you have to move in his direction, then yeah, you would have to move northwest first.
Copy that. Whoa, that's not what I want to move.
Yeah, you just gotta click on yourself there. You guys have ownership of those
5,
technically,
10,
so you can move them.
15.
That's 10
So-
to get there.
So that's 10 right here. So technically I've now moved towards him and I can cast it.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm using 15. Then I'm going to use Psychic Shove and continue to run.
Okay.
But since I'm using Psychic Shove and moving in the direction, it causes an additional 15 feet of pull or push. So that means I can move him 30 feet towards the fire. Can I do that?
So you want to push him back the direction that you're in right now, into the fire?
Correct.
Okay. You're in the space right now to do that. So are you going to move like one? There you go. You're going to do that and then push him
Yep.
over? Sure.
Yep. So we'll do that, and then I will
Yep, go ahead and click it.
hit
He
him
has to make a
30
strength
feet.
save or something, right?
Yeah. Let's do that there. That is a initiate spell casting. Alright, that consumes a spell. There you go.
Let's see. Yep, on a strength saving throw. Additional 15. Right, so strength save against your DC was 17, I think. Natural 20. He succeeded. That sucks because that would have been really cool.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, like that was going to be pretty cool knocking him into the fire because like the fire is going to absorb them here in the next turn anyways. It's going to hit Artemis at the very least, almost certainly, depending on the roll. Which actually it's going to hit you too unless you can get far enough away. And you could be pretty rapidly absorbed in it.
I'm going to be fine. I think I'll be good. I still have 10 feet, I think.
Yeah, 15 to get there. So
that'll be 5
that's
right
10.
there.
Yeah, that's
10.
5. Yeah, yep. Yeah, well, you have one more. Yep, there
So
you go.
there.
Yep. Yep.
All right, then I will use a bonus action.
Okay.
I will use bonus action Far Step.
Click on that. How's that one work? 60 feet on occupied space. Cool. Oh, nice. On each of your turns, so it's just concentration. You just hold up on yourself. Yeah. You didn't have anything you were already concentrating on, right? Yeah, because Psychic Shove is not. Cool. All right. So then bonus action, you can teleport 60 feet.
60 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Then I guess this would be 35.
Yep.
40. I'd have to run through Norok.
You can see. So it'd only be as far as you can see, which would be basically the space. Probably right
sorry.
behind. Yeah, right there. Yeah.
Okay.
But that's up now, so you'd be able to teleport again on your next turn as a bonus action as well.
So
All right,
that will be that.
just Artemis. Artemis is going to be the only one being eaten up by the fire.
I'm good to go.
All right. That'll bring us to the environment. And Fox, this is the unfortunate timing that is almost certainly going to be able to absorb you. It only needs 10 feet to get there. It'll be...
I'll roll this time.
Do you want me to do it? All right.
Yes, please.
All right, 3d6.
How is Artemis
Maybe
so
I
far
won't get
behind me
slaughtered.
now? What is happening?
That was far behind to begin with.
Yeah, she was in the back, basically. She was the last person to get down the stairs, too, remember? All right, so that's another 75 feet of fire, which now
Holy shit, we're all covered.
That's going to be all of you, yeah. Artemis, you're up next, so definitely be thinking about what your plan is to get out of there, because that fire now with smoke and with some other things you're going to be dealing with here in just a minute. You're all going to be rolling these in just a second here. But that's going to very quickly...
Who's holding concentration on what?
I am on mental prison.
What am I holding concentration on? I don't even remember.
I got far step.
Shit. Okay, so 75 feet, guys, is
It's
basically
everything.
this whole thing. Yeah, it's basically up to
These
the exit you guys haven't
Juthrans
gotten
planned this terribly.
Yeah.
well, again,
Terribly.
Arteme has some information about that you know, she hasn't had an opportunity to really explain thoroughly to everybody yet. That their intent. It was
it
intended
to
to be that.
frame us? Because that's a very good job of
No,
framing
it's to
us.
frame her.
Yeah.
Oh.
So.
Oh shit. That bitch is crazy then, the one that this girl's scared of. Alright, I see what's happening.
Well, I mean, to frame the recreant, because you know, dangerous spellcasters. This is what justifies their jobs essentially. Is if you know a house burns down in the middle of the city, a restaurant, not even a house rather, but a restaurant full of people in the middle of the city, because a dangerous mage was allowed to, an untrained mage was allowed to, you know, just live in,
Yeah,
in
but
the
it's
city
not
without.
her burning it down. It's them throwing a torch. So,
All right, but
yeah,
Nobody else knows that.
Nobody exactly. They threw this down here, you know, quietly.
It's all perspective.
Someone just
Follow
roll
the
for
money.
damage already.
So that is 66 plus 10. So I'll go and roll that for you guys real quick. The plus 10's already on here, so don't add another 10 to this. It is 32.
Alright.
So
Well-
32.
It's 30, 64, 66.
What, Fox?
I said after this, I'm not gonna have any calls about killing any Juthrans we run into if this is their tactics.
You're all
Hey,
of a
these
sudden going to be fine with it.
motherfuckers might die here.
Oh no, if we
Because
run
not
into
all
any
die.
other Juthrans, I'm freaking killing them.
So them being
Framing
racist
just
zealots
because
wasn't
they don't
enough.
like magic is bullshit.
Yeah. Well, they were also racist this whole time. Like,
I just don't like their
too.
poor planning skills. They're just very poor planning skills.
Oh wait, nope. I get you. What is that?
yeah,
I
you still
can't-
have your halfling one. You still have your halfling reroll, which it already did. You got a 16.
Which is
What you needed.
is enough.
Well, for you it was 16. 16 for everybody. Yeah. So.
Oh, animate objects. I forgot about my animate objects on my
Yeah.
last turn. Dang it.
Yep. Oh.
No. This is never mind.
well-
No, this is my turn. This was my turn to get here.
Okay,
It was the same turn, so we're good.
but
I
it
failed,
just fell
so
anyways.
never mind.
Yeah.
So that's dropped. Those boxes are now just part of the rubble.
Well, they did collapse right next to him, and he's already, you know, trapped anyway.
Yeah,
so
that's
he's kinda-
fine.
He's kind of stuck there. Let's see. So that was Justin rolled and failed. Becky rolled and succeeded. Sako, go and roll yours.
I'm sorry, which one am I rolling?
Scroll up just a little bit in the chat, or the one that says to
Oh, there it
DM
is.
Rob Sako. Yeah, just the one that says saving throw DC 16 con. You can just click that,
Gotcha.
and it'll roll it for you.
There you go.
This is for your far step. All right, that succeeds. All right, so animate objects is down, but mental prison and far step stay up. This is not going super well, guys.
We'll be fine. We'll get the fuck out of here.
So
but
does the guy in the mental prison take fire damage and just
oh yeah,
stand
yeah.
there?
They're. I mean, he can't get out of it. He's going to try to run, and as soon as he does, he's fucked. But it's not his turn to move yet, so they all take 32 as well. I'm going to go ahead and apply those. The two citizens that were in there that you guys, the commoners rather, that were in there that you guys didn't see, Juthrin has 2 health left, 3 health left. They're flat dead. Well, one of them, sorry, was outside of it. One of them was not. One of them definitely burns to death. That avatar dies. There's another Residor over there. He is just outside, though. And Arteme, you already applied the 32.
I'm trying to, but it's not working.
I show you as 70 because you've healed twice off of it too. You want me to apply it for you?
Yeah, because I tried putting the minus, but then it just like froze and it.
Okay. Well, I just did it for you. There you go. So you're at 38 now. Everybody that's in the fire, make a DC 16 con save versus suffocation.
Ooh, I will probably fail this too.
So I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys how suffocation works too. Norok, you have advantage because you're 4 lungs. When a creature runs out of breath or is choking, which is what suffocation would be, it can survive for a number of rounds equal to its Constitution modifier, minimum of 1 round. At the start of its next turn, it drops to 0 hit points and is dying, and it can't regain hit points or be stabilized until it can breathe again.
So just to confirm, if my constitution is 12 and a +1, I have
That'd be
1
plus-
round to get out, right?
You're fine for 1 round. The round after that, yeah. So if you started suffocating, which is everybody except for Norok, right?
I
Norok
failed.
succeeded. Yeah, everybody failed except for Norok. All
I
right,
haven't seen my roll yet.
you got a 13. It popped up.
Oh.
Yep. So That is it. The ceiling beams are starting to fall. You feel like in the next round that's going to start being a problem. You may want to figure out a way to get out of here quicker than your feet might take you, if that's possible. Up to you guys on what you want to do there. Arteme, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna run and dash because that's about it I could do. Like I don't have any spells that'll get me from
Well, I'm gonna send you something real quick here. Just 2 words.
Don't you have
to
your
say,
crown? Can't you do cool shit with your crown?
I would chuck a dimensional door out here, but I have to see the other place that I want to drop the door, so that doesn't help us.
You have another way to get out too.
Yeah. Okay.
Both Sarah and Arteme and Nazim have like ideal ways to escape this potentially.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna turn into a.
I was gonna say I could even turn into a polymorph myself into something.
Yeah, I'm just gonna turn into an owl and get the hell out of here.
Okay, Fox. I think when you tried to apply it, that it just took that off too, because you're down much lower than you should be. You're down to 7. You should be 38.
Yeah.
Here,
I was trying to put it back to 70 because. Yeah, I'll just turn into the owl.
Okay.
Here. But before that, I'm going to use Spike Growth on the Jupiters. They can't freaking leave.
So
die in the
these
fire
2
they set.
here, I didn't roll for. One of them, well, he won't be able to survive because he basically the 10. When it's their turn, if he tries to jump out of a 10d10 that won't be able to make it out of that. So the other one has 3 hit points left. So you don't feel like either of them are really a threat. You may want to, however you want to do that. If you want to kill them,
I'll
go
just
right ahead.
use Wild Shape and get the hell out then.
Okay, so it's your action for Wild Shape to turn into an owl, and owl is 60 feet of flight speed.
Yep. I'm flying out here.
Hang on 1 second let's see, where is that? Wild Shape. 8. Yeah, because you're not moon then, huh? You don't have the ability to turn into elementals?
Not that
I know moon druids do.
Yeah, those were fun.
I'm a woodland druid.
Yeah. Yeah. Wild Shape elementals. That might only be moon druids. Elemental. Yeah, that is moon. All right, never mind. All right, so into an owl. An owl 60 feet is probably just barely going to get you to the edge. It won't be enough to get out. You could probably get to the rest of the group, though. You want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can make it to the rest of the group because it takes your action to turn into that. So you'll be able to get over here to where everybody else is. Here, I dropped you on Pogo. There you go. So if you guys can figure out a way to escape from there without having to run out, that'd be fine. Then you could make it out that way. But even in owl shape, 60 feet won't get you all the way out of the fire. So up to you.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just do that because there's not really anything else I can do.
All right, bonus actions. Pogo, you're up next.
I don't.
All right, that'll bring us to Pogo.
Wait.
All right, I'm going to turn as these flames surround me, and I'm going to look at Jazeera, and I'm going to say, "Trust me now, we're burning the fire." Did she say anything?
She turns, looks in your direction, still looking like this like new halfling. She has no idea who you are. I'm not going to automatically assume. I mean, I'm not saying she's not. I guess how do I put this? She's not saying no. She just doesn't recognize that you're still the dwarf that was chasing after her.
I'm going to just say, "Hold on," and then I'm also going to look over my shoulder. "I'm sorry, Norak," and I'm going to cast Thunder Step. Norak's got to do a DC 18 con save, and also the Juthrin behind me as well. Okay. And I'm going to go forward as far as I can get with her. If she's going to fight it, then she would have to do a she do a con save? Hold on.
She's not trying to fight it. She's okay. I wasn't saying that. Like I said, she wasn't trying to say no. She just doesn't recognize that you're the same person. So you now look like a dirty halfling instead.
Yeah, this loud boom, and I'm gonna just travel us as far as I can into that next room using Thunder Step, which would be like somewhere around here where my cursor is.
Yeah, I mean it'd be as far as you can make yourself. So
I'd probably go all the way over here, maybe on top of this table.
Yeah, you can see within range. Yeah, so go ahead and move yourself, and I'll drag her up with you.
It'd be like, well, let's put myself like right here.
Okay, so
Oh, okay, yeah, no. Oh, well,
Now
you said I
you
did
can
see the
see it.
stairs, though. That's right. You
Yeah.
did say I could see the stairs.
yeah,
So if I would have
exactly.
gone
You saw where the landing was, so you can go better. Yeah, exactly. You can aim yourself.
here.
There you go. That's fine.
Yeah, because if I would have seen.
Go
Oh
ahead.
shit! I could have gone the other way too. Neato.
Yeah,
Damn it.
this was
Come on,
just
Justin.
looped around.
Oh, there it goes. All right. And
Are you trying to
That-
angle yourself so that you're not inside of the Juthran's light,
uh,
or do you care?
I don't think I'd be carrying at this point. And then I'm going to just use my fucking my bracers again and 5.
All right.
Well, that was my action. So that was
Yeah,
us.
that's fair.
My
No,
action
totally.
to get Thunderstep.
Yep.
Did the other Juthrans die or anything? The guy behind next to Norak?
I didn't. Well, you have to roll damage still. So.
Oh, I think I did that up there. It's 16
you?
damage.
Oh, okay. Oh shit! I didn't apply the fire damage to him. Yeah, he definitely died for sure.
Okay.
Because it was 32 fire damage. He had 3 left, so he's dead.
All right,
So that explosion of Thunderstep would have rattled the armor out of him.
10, 15, 20, 25. So that's my dash. Both of those guys, if they choose to use their reaction to attack me, it's a disadvantage.
Okay. Then, you know what? They both see Jazera appear there and are probably... Well, shit, actually, you just did the same thing, though. They just saw you teleport in. So, yeah, the pacifier would attack you, and the Residor would be going after Jazera. Attack with disadvantage. With the maul. Thankfully, it's not the Otadral mace. Disadvantage. 15. Not hit.
15 does not hit. Nope.
All right. So that's it then, and it's not the Residor's turn. You know, yeah, he would not swing at you. He'd be focused at Jazera at that point, anyways, because that's who they were after.
All right, and then I'm gonna go ahead and on Jazera. Before I finish my before I finish my movement here, while I can still see her, I'm going to raise my hand up and I'm going to cast Healing Word on Jazera.
Okay. Good, because I actually didn't apply yeah, she has 2 hit points left. So
at 4th level, I mean, it still might not get her well through this, but it might let her last a little bit longer. Big money, no whammies.
all right, 14.
Yeah, 14 more. And I'm gonna yell at her to just fucking follow me.
All right.
We'll see how good she can do. And then I've got my movement still, and I'm fucking getting out. So whatever's at the top of the staircase, you can tell me what I'm seeing. But I'm running out
Right
of this.
now, you're seeing Pietro rushing at you at the top of the stairs and just screaming. He is covered in ale and has a table stuck over one arm, like the table is flipped and his 2 legs are under one wing and the other legs are over the wing. That he's just rushed through and is trying to get through the doorway.
Can he
can't
fit
he's
through
stuck.
this area?
No, he can't. That's what the table is rattling against the doorway because he can't fit through it. Like he got a table stuck on over one wing, and he's stuck. Like he couldn't fit down anyways, but he's stuck in the doorway trying to get through.
Well, for his turn, I'm gonna fucking be like, I'm gonna give him a quick hug, and I'm gonna try to I'm just gonna tell him to go in there and grab that girl, and then fly back out if he can.
Okay. He can't make it down the stairs. He won't fit through the doorway.
All right, then never mind. I will probably use whatever my remaining motion is to climb on top of him, and ready for the next whatever is gonna happen next. I'll also have him step away from there, 5 feet away, so people can get out of the stairs.
Okay.
And readying his attack for if one of the Juthrans come up through those stairs.
Okay. All right. That'll bring us to Jazera then. She is going to rush towards
bitch!
towards the Juthrans and try to spin around him, not leaving his range. And then she's going to Misty Step for her. She has 2 more spell slots left. All right. So she's going to Misty Step again, right up behind, just because she wouldn't be able to escape otherwise without an opportunity attack. So consume spell slot. So she's going to teleport right up behind Pogo. Trying to also escape, and that'll be. She still actually has. Never mind. She has her movement, so she is going to run.
More movement.
Yeah.
I would try to tell her to get back on the bird so we get the fuck out of here. I don't know if she's gonna believe me.
You see a dawn of recognition, realizing that you're the dwarf because you look like a dirty. You don't even look like Pogo. You look like a dirty halfling right now.
I'm also covered in smoke and shit now. I probably
That's fair. Totally. Yeah.
Nasty.
I mean, considering the situation, you're her best bet. So you get the impression that this is below passive for your persuasion, for her to finally actually listen and do what you said. So she tries to hop up onto this kind of trapped griffin as he's trying to pull his head back out of it and kind of flip his wing and to knock the table off, and she clambers up onto his back. So she is. I'll just drag her off here. So she is on the.
Ogo's just gonna go start a new life with Jazeera. She seems cool.
after all of that, she was playing hard to get for a while, right?
Yeah.
All right, that brings
I
us
like
to
a challenge.
Sarah's turn.
Pogo likes a challenge, man.
That brings us to Sarah's turn. Hang on 1 second, real quick. I'm gonna look at something. Sako, did you see that?
Yep.
So that's the one I was thinking of, and you've used it before, and I would say that... Oh, shit, you do have to be able to see that. Never mind.
Yep, that's what I was talking about earlier, but it's okay, because you made me think of something I could do.
It's polymorph into
maybe
something
almost
with a
as
bunch of
good.
hit points.
Oh, I have a question. We're able to talk, like, without it being our turn, right?
Yeah, but real quick before you do, because I don't want Sako to get cut off or what he was thinking there. It's just... sorry, it's Sarah's turn. Never mind. So, Sako, yeah. So if you've got an idea there, go right ahead. When your turn comes up here, and then what was the thing you wanted to say? It's a free action to talk.
Okay. I would use the walkie-talkie to see if anybody's out there. Just like start screaming that the Juthrans are insane and they lit the place on fire. Like, just literally scream it. So whoever's up first, literally scream that the Juthrans are insane and just lit the place on fire, chasing the girl.
There's a lot of noise down. Exactly, yeah. I'll just pretend it's fake news. This place is really noisy though. So anybody that can hear the walkie-talkie right now, you don't feel like there would be many people that could actually hear them shouting, just because the walkie-talkie group of friends that are all basically nearby you at the moment. But if you guys can survive and get out of here, you can try to see if you can convince people with that. What's Sarah doing?
Okay, so do I feel like we're on like street level yet, or do we need to go up higher?
You are
like,
still.
If I try to bust through out a wall.
No, you're definitely still in the cellar. You're basically right below the ground floor now. You did hear and see Pogo run around the corner after he thunderstepped away from you and then ran up some stairs. You heard like clipping, his little halfling feet clipping on the steps.
20,
And it's to the northwest of you.
30, 35, 40.
There you go. That's the stairs right there.
Well, that's real nice. I didn't notice that dude sitting on the stairs.
Yep.
Alright, well, I'm just gonna use her favorite thing, and we're gonna Misty Step.
Okay. You can Misty Step to the corner right around, up to the right,
Like,
which is right behind Pogo.
there? Oh.
Go ahead. I mean, if you want to just click the one to the north, is fine. There you go. And then you can go one step further to the right, because that's the edge of where you'd be able to see. It's just the corner of those steps. There you go.
Alright,
Click somewhere inside that circle. Yeah, just click somewhere inside the circle, and then you can move yourself back.
let's see. What's a bonus action? Actually, while I'm right here, what am I gonna do? I'm going to cast Slow, which will drop Mental Prison, but I'm assuming dude's already
You
dead.
knew that fell already. He died. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we're gonna cast Slow.
All right. No, all these fuckers are gonna die. Because they're half their movement speed. They're fucked.
Right. How
I like that
how
I'm
big
using-
is this?
I'm
Jeez.
using everything in my power to get the fuck out, and everyone else is like, I'm gonna fuck with these guys some more.
Well-
Pogo just doesn't even care. I'm out.
I mean, they still could pursue you if you don't have any witnesses. If you just kill everybody, there's no witnesses. You're pretty good chance. Okay, so that's what I was talking about by clicking, because you just clicked and it Misty stepped. Go ahead. You can go ahead and move yourself. That circle pops up when you cast like a teleportation spell, and that was Misty Step. So here, I'll go ahead and move you back. And when you clicked the ground there, I thought that's where you wanted to teleport to. All right.
Yeah,
so
so-
all of these guys.
Yeah, they all have to.
It's a DC 17, right?
Yeah, Wisdom.
Oh, I gotta roll them individually. There we go.
Ugh.
26, so the Avatar succeeded, and the rest all failed.
Okay.
So the one that's
Wow.
furthest away succeeded,
2
the rest all
ones?
failed. Yeah.
You know what? We're gonna... No, I'm not gonna make him... I'm probably too far to make him re-roll anyways, because I think it's only like 60 feet.
He's probably about that, but it would cost you one of your things to do. All right,
Yeah, I only have one left, so we'll save it.
All right.
Dire circumstance.
All right. Those guys are slowed. If I can find the thing, there we go.
Be right back.
So they have no reactions, their AC is dropped by 2, and they have a -2 to dexterity saving throws.
And their speed's in half too, right?
And their speed's halved, and they can only
Yeah.
use an action or a bonus action, not both.
All right. So no reactions is a big deal because they're basically like on the stairs. Like they were prepared
Yeah.
to use the lantern to try to find her. She's just escaped. It's not been their turn yet, or she just got upstairs anyways. But they were trying to kind of find her or anybody else that could be, a potential threat, like as they had seen Pogo teleport. And they captured them, but now they're kind of screwed because they won't be able to get out with the fire probably. All right. Anything else for Sarah?
Nope, that's movement, action, bonus action, I'm done.
All right. That brings us to Norok. And then Nazim, it's going to be their turn after Norok, and then it's your turn, Taco.
I'll just use one of my many magical abilities and teleport all of us out of here. We
Yeah,
have
really.
that circle in the tower still, don't we, guys? Alright, I guess not.
Right.
I'm running. It didn't work, so I'm playing.
The Yogg teleportation spell failed this time. Before you run off, real quick, you do see that Arteme is an owl and Nazim is like regular human shape. If you chose to, you could probably like lift or carry the both of them pretty easily. If they chose to. It's up to you guys what you wanted to do there.
No, actually, I was thinking about that. I didn't want to pick Arteme up, though, because she's faster than me when she's an owl. So I didn't know if that would help. Well,
I
she could
land
let
on
go,
your
though, huh?
shoulder.
Yeah, you could land on my
Definitely
shoulder. And then
Yeah,
you could let
exactly.
go anytime you wanted to and still move on your own, huh?
Yeah, it won't cost you anything to carry her. She's an
All right.
owl's too small for you to even notice.
Okay, well, then I will do that then. I'm going to tell Nazim to hold on and fucking scoop him up and then have Arteme perch on my shoulder. And I'm going to run.
Nazim, are you going to resist or are you going to let Norok carry you?
As long as it doesn't hinder him, then yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess you guys.
All right.
So I think that
So
was,
you'll be able to get your 40 feet then? Yep.
yeah. So, dash.
No, you're not going to be able to get through those guys.
Okay.
You can set Nazim down and then, attack him or something if you wanted to. But, like, they are, the only reason the halflings got through is because, one, they teleported. Pogo can run through them, and they had disadvantage on the attack, but...
I
I
didn't
still
get
have-
fucking touched by any of those guys. The entire
Yeah.
That's-
It was juking every single one of them the whole way.
I think I still have a little bit more, so I'm going to just get us. I think that'd be about it. Be as far away from the fire as I can. I already did an action, though, so I won't be able to hit this guy because I dashed.
You don't have any kind of a bonus action attack?
No, I have a reaction, but
All right.
I don't think I have any bonus action attacks, though.
Are you going to rage or anything?
Yes, actually.
Because that fire's going to hit you. Like, for sure the fire's going to hit you guys. Like, all of you now.
Yeah.
Well, Nazim actually is up next, so he might be able to make it out, out of the range of the fire at least. Pogo and Sarah are, at the top of the stairs, so it may not be able to get all the way around there, so we'll see. But at least if you're raging, then you have half damage from the fire, so... Alright, that if your turn then, G?
That
Do you
is...
get half damage from the fire with rage? I thought it was just bludgeoning.
No, I think it's just
piercing,
physical. Because
Oh.
that would be technically elemental damage or whatever, right? Even though it's not a spell.
Yeah, never mind. It's Totem Barbarian, sorry. Yep, never
Yeah,
mind.
yeah.
There's
But still,
a...
though, if these guys try to hit me, though, I do need to be ready.
Well, I mean, you are right in front of him, so of course
Yeah.
he's going to try.
Yeah.
I mean, what else could he do? I mean, he's going to try to run. You know what, actually? Oh, shit, actually, sorry.
I know.
On the
Apparently
last
these
round.
guys have they don't care about their own lives at all.
Well, actually, at the end of the last, or during the environment part, right before Artemis turn in the last round, I forgot to do this. Somewhere from above, you would have heard a shout saying, "Soldiers of the Faith, come towards my voice quickly." They were trying to tell them to evacuate. They didn't spend their turn to run because you guys were rushing through them and everything. So I've got to take this thing off still, and I didn't have them actually attempt to. But now, that Residor is going to rush up to. Well, actually, the pacifiers in the way, so the both of them are going to try to run as well.
At speed.
Yeah, at half speed, which is only 15 feet, so he can only get really behind Sarah and not any further because he can't occupy the same space as her. But the Residor was actually in your melee range, so 5, 10, 50, he can get to there. Are you going to try to use your reaction, Taco? Ben?
You know what? I'm feeling like a jerk, so yes, I'm going to. I know they're trying to run for their lives too, but they tried to light us on fire, so I'm going to be a dick.
All right. What are you using?
I'm just going to hit him with my sword.
Target him first.
Oh, okay.
And then roll the attack.
T after I click on it?
Yeah, just click him and then T. Yeah.
There we go. All right.
And then roll the attack. Oh, that's the one that it picks? Well, a 12 won't hit anyways. He does try to run away as your sort of stolen hours just clinks off of his off the back of his helmet. But that is it for his turn. 5, 10, 15. He's not going to be able to get out either. He's right there. This guy, he actually succeeded. So 5, 10, 15. He can't get through Norok. He might go... Shit, he wouldn't run towards the fire. So 15, 20, 25. He can get to there. He probably won't be able to make it out either. Which will bring us to Nazim.
All right, hopefully this works. Let me take a quick look and see the stairwell. 5, 10, 15... And I can't see nothing. Well, that screws my plan completely up.
They are all pretty well blocked up around the top of the stairs there.
Technically, me and Pogo's outside. Pogo's on...
Yeah, Pogo and Sarah...
on the things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, are well... You probably actually... Yeah, with Pietro's movement, you would have been able to get all the way outside. So I'm going to go ahead and move you guys up here.
Oh, real quick. Is there a door at the top? Like a physical open, closing door?
There was, but it was like broken open with
got it,
by Pietro trying to smash his way in. Damn it, I meant to put those light things on. Those light things look really good, and I forgot to do it. Sorry, go
Actually,
ahead.
You know what? I have an idea. Can I shout up at the top of the steps? Can they hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I can't see around this corner, up these steps. How far is it? All I can see is just the two guys, and then I don't know how high up it goes.
Around the corner, I'm just going to yell back that there's only about 10 to 25, about 25 feet of stairs around the corner. Oh, wait, no, I see where you're at. I would just yell that it's just 10 feet up and 10 feet to the right, and then you're in the main room.
Okay. I have a messed up idea. Perhaps this might work. I can cancel a spell at any time, correct? At will?
You mean one you're concentrating on? Yeah.
Or any... Yeah. Okay.
You still have power step up, so...
Yeah, no, I'm going to try and be a hero and save all of us right now. This is going to be disgusting, actually. I would like to cast... let me put a marker on here. How do I draw a marker?
So on the left side, the toolbar there, the fourth one down is a pencil. Yeah, click that. And then the fifth one down that looks like a squiggly M, click that to draw a freehand.
Squiggly M. Beautiful. 50, 10, 500 feet, 10 feet, 5, hovering floor. Dimensional, perpendicular. Creature not... Okay, let me know if this one will work. It sounds like it could. I'm going to go ahead and use an arcane gate.
Okay.
However, I will use it in a dick move. I will do a 10-foot arcane gate on the floor.
Okay.
And as far as I can see, right about here is where that arcane gate's going to open up.
All right. Okay.
Awesome. That's some more Looney Tunes ass shit. I love it.
But it clears the stairway so that you guys can run out without them blocking it because they are in the way right now. So.
And as soon as they drop through, I drop my concentration.
All right. The portal opens. Go ahead and click it because that's your once a day your Mystic Arcanum Warlock thing.
Yes. Sir.
There isn't any because it's under their feet. There isn't anything it's not like there's a failed save or anything like that. It's just back into the fire. Where's that coming from?
What?
I'm hearing... Interesting. I'm hearing fire sounds that I didn't put in here. Like,
Fire?
literally the sounds of, like fire crackling sounds. Not,
Yeah, I'm not hearing
like,
it.
my house isn't on fire.
Ah!
Like, it's not that. Like, I'm hearing it in the map, like, in Foundry. That's interesting.
Nice.
Maybe the lanterns have crackling fire on them or something. I don't know. All right, but they, yeah, exactly. Like a portal appears underneath them and then disappears. You don't hear anything because that is just a roaring fire behind you. But they're not there anymore.
Yeah.
And the stairs are clear.
So I still have 15? Actually, no, I still have
Took
20.
you 10 to get there. Yeah, you still have 20 feet. 20 feet. Yeah.
Okie dokie. Hit this 5, 10, 15, 20 feet. I'm going to go ahead and run up this bad boy here.
All right.
Since I use concentration.
You're at the top of the stairs. Well, that was still your action there, but you're still at the top of the stairs. You're still safe that you won't be hit by fire at the top of the stairs there. So
Okay, so I'm pretty much up and out.
Yep.
All right.
You're not at risk from the fire anymore. You're in the main room of this tavern here. Chairs and tables have been smashed to either side essentially, where there's this kind of free line that leads straight towards the front doors. These big wide double doors that lead back out into the street in the streets where you guys just came from in the map there. Because Pietro had smashed his way through, knocking everything left and right. Occupants have left. The room is still filling with smoke. This room will still not be.
You know,
off the fire.
Pietro's probably the true hero by making sure everyone was cleared out just a little bit sooner. Seconds count in this type of situation, guys.
For sure. All right, that it for Nazim's turn.
Yep, that's it. Stairs are clear. Make a run for it.
All right, so this will be another expansion of the fire. It's going to be basically the whole way. Like it's very unlikely that it'll be anything less. So Norok and Arteme are going to take some of it. What is that? 635? No, that can't be right. Let's see, 60, 70?
Out of curiosity, do those other guys that were dropped
Yeah.
into the fire, do they get the damage here and damage from before, or just damage here? Like, do they take... I guess
It's
they
at
would just
the
take
start.
damage
It's at this round. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
30 on the initiative order. Yeah, so they take it here, which the Residor is still barely. Oh, he's got. I didn't roll the damage for it yet. Let's see, 66 plus 10. Which Fox and Ben are both going to take as well.
The smell
31
of burnt
damage
hair
again.
and
It's
bacon.
been it was 31, 31, 32, 31. Like it's been almost the exact same each time. Arteme though is in owl form. Arteme as well. You don't take it off of you there, remember, because when you're in your wild shape, so you're still at 38. Well, actually, hang on. Your owl probably has 1 hit point most likely, right?
I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure a regular owl is just 1 hit point.
Probably.
Let's see, owl. Yeah, 1 hit point. 1d4 minus 1, so 1 hit point. Which means that you take 30, so you're at 8 hit points. As you revert from the wild shape of the owl at the edge of the fire, or actually, sorry, the fire would have grown up through that too, so that'll burn them. Norok, did you already apply your damage?
Yep.
All right, so beams falling from the ceiling, both of you make dex saves.
I like the little shaking effect. That's new.
There were some cool things that were added for a module, and then for one that I'd already been using for a long time, and then version 10, which I haven't updated us to yet. I'll probably apply that maybe before next week. 12. So Norok, the ground shaking is enough to take your feet out from under you as you slip forward. I'll say that you don't fall like face first, but you are kind of knocked prone. It's still going to take some of your movement to stand back up. Arteme, you kind of just dance through it essentially, not falling down. So neither of you are knocked. Sorry, Norok is prone as far as it's going to take you to stand up, but not like face first on the ground. And Smoke. So both of you have to make DC 16. Con saves. Just Sarah and Norok. Sorry, Arteme and Norok. Ben, you still have the advantage on it. So Arteme succeeds. And Norok succeeds. Alright, so both of you find then from the smoke, and that is it for the environmental turn. So Arteme, is your turn.
Okay. I guess I wouldn't really be able to help Nora.
I mean, Yeah, he's basically kind of collapsed forward on down like on a knee, probably using the sword to prop himself up.
Okay, so I'll try and help him up, and then I'll run like hell.
Okay. It's gonna take half your movement to assist him to stand him up.
Well, I'm also gonna dash after.
Okay. All right, Norok. Then when you shit, you know what? I'm gonna say with him being as heavy as he is, you probably can't really help him in any meaningful way where it wouldn't still cost him his movement.
That's
What's your max weight, Arteme? On your inventory at the bottom, what's your max weight? And then how much can you like? So what I was thinking is we use how much of that we have left. Like mine's about 51 pounds, and then if like you're trying to lift half of
210.
And then how much of that are you using?
141.7.
Oh, you could probably help him up pretty good. I mean, that's 100 pounds extra you could lift.
140. No, 41. She's got 60 pounds.
Oh,
left.
never mind.
Yeah, 68 pounds ish left.
I can run pretty quick though, so just go ahead and I'll catch up with you. Thank you, though.
Alright, so I'll...
Plus he's got 400 hit points, so he can just live in the fire for a while.
Yeah, I'll just hang out here for a minute.
This is a nice spa day for Norok.
Yeah.
Alright, you just dashing out?
Yeah, I'm gonna run and dash out.
Alright. Yeah, because you had 8 hit points left, so that gets then you make it up the stairs. You're probably 3/4 of the way through the room and kind of ducking down beneath the smoke as it's filling up the ceiling above you. Enough space to make yourself free of that. That brings us to Pogo's turn. Are you? Go ahead. Yeah,
we had already made plans. Do I see any Juthrins up here?
There are Juthrins in the kind of courtyard outside, not rushing in. They're in the kind of street area outside, literally on the same map that we came from.
Okay. And are there any broken windows or anything, or did PD come in through the front door?
He came in through the front door.
Yeah. Right. Well, I'm going to use PD's motion now that we're both actually on him, and we're going to I'm going to use my action to make her invisible, since it seems like they are actually going after her. So I will cast. Yep, I still have it, and now I'm back to concentration. So she is invisible, and we are going to try to fly out of this building on PD and head towards our
just
rally
you and her?
point.
Okay.
Just me and her on Pablo. I don't think he can carry much more than me and her.
Yeah, one full size and one half. I guess is fair. Yeah.
So. Are all the other dudes all still just dancing like weirdos
Yeah,
out
the ones
front?
in the southeast are still dancing. You can see it now. I brought you over to this
Yeah.
map. In fact, actually, I can bring everybody over, I think, anyways.
All right. And I'm taking off, going up, and I am going to start try to just get away from this scene.
Okay.
And eventually, so that's what I'm doing. Like, and I can let them know. I'll probably let them know over the Rocky Talkies that I'm heading for the rally point that we discussed.
Okay. All right. Then Sarah and Arteme, as you guys are just barely making it outside, see Pogo taking off with Pietro. Can you what?
Can I scratch that? What I would actually do is, do I see any of the lanterns with these guys, or these unlanterned fellows?
The only one that you see in black armor that you carry the lanterns is dancing.
Okay, so I'm still going to cast invisibility, but I'm going to cast it on all three of us. So let me redo that. Same thing, but I'm going to do it on a 4th level spell.
Okay.
So we're
Who's
all
the three?
invisible.
Oh, Pietro and Sarah?
Yep.
Okay.
And we're all flying out.
All right. I was going to say you casting something and then her disappearing would still like make her a visible target, even if if it was just flying off. But because it would just follow Pietro. But if all three of you are invisible, that does conceal quite a bit better.
I'll probably hear a bunch of wings and weird shit, but there's also the loud fire, and smoke.
All right. Jazera then for her turn, because it is her turn next, is you hear her kind of quiet stammering. Who are you? Why are you? Are you helping me?
Yeah, I'm helping you. What do you just think they were after? They were trying to get to you. We've been trying to help you since I met you back at the other bar.
You've been chasing me this whole time. You're the same dwarf, right? Why were you chasing me?
Yeah, the same dwarf. I'm chasing you because I was told that you needed protection, and I was trying to be polite about it, and you had to go and be a very rude person. I'm never going to be able to go back to that bar. I had to pretend I shat my pants.
All right, make a persuasion check with advantage this time. and she's gonna. You know what?
Technically, I think there's actually be deception because I'm not being 100% honest.
Well, you kind of are though. I mean, you were trying to help her at least, so I think that's enough that that's the part she would care about. That you're not trying to beat her up in an alley or kill her or something. Oh, well, it dropped the one.
Okay, yeah, I'm like,
one, it
what?
automatically dropped it. So for a 27, she kind of grabs on a little bit tighter, trying to hold onto Pietro's, fur and I guess it's fur because she's in the back, trying to hold onto the fur to keep from slipping off.
I'm actually going to ask her. I'm going to ask her where that other inn is, so see if she knows our rally point. Because I was originally going to stop and have to fucking ask someone.
What? Oh, you mean the Gypsy's Gaze?
Yeah, the Gypsy's Gaze.
It's straight up the street to the east, so it's a few hundred yards to the east.
Oh wait! I'm talking about the spot that's not the bar that she was in before.
No, that's the Old Orange Tabby. The Gypsy's
just want to make
Gaze
sure.
is where the inn is. It's not really a tavern, or at least not one that they were at first.
All right.
All right. Then she tells you that. You do notice, by the way, looking down, there is a huge pillar of smoke coming up from this restaurant. Like it is very much like not going to be savable. The whole place is going to collapse in fire here soon. But everybody below in the street below are like rushing in this direction. There's gawkers kind of already filling up this circle around the building in the map above, the same one that you're on. Yeah, you guys should all be on that map now, except for Norok. I didn't move Sako either, sorry. Anyways, so that is it for her turn, though. That brings us to Sarah.
Okay. So, Noctua knows where the Gypsy's Gaze is, right?
You had her specifically like guiding them
her.
around. Yeah, so she's seen it before, yeah.
Alright, so I will vamp her back in, because she was still just kind of sitting over on that other building, so I'll just move her on my shoulder and follow her and just be like, this way. And as I'm walking away from the building, I'm just, in random people that I see, I'm going to get in their head with message and be like, did you hear the Juthrans lit that building on fire?
Alright, the thing that Arteme had told you?
Perfect.
Yeah, but I'm doing it so that way the Juthrans don't know that I'm screaming it, because I'm not going to get arrested.
Okay. There are a lot of weird looks where people are looking around trying to figure out where this voice is coming from. Telepathic communication is not uncommon, but they usually are only amongst people that know each other and they don't recognize your voice. So I would say there's a little bit of disbelief built into the not recognizing who this is
I'm just
aspect.
hoping to start like a rumor mill.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're spreading that around, then you see people are starting to kind of whisper back and forth to each other, like, did you hear that? Where did that that kind of thing. So it's clear at least you're starting a commotion there at the very least. So that if your turn.
Yeah, I'm just making my way to the Gypsy's Gaze and keeping an eye behind me to see if Norok is coming.
Okay. Speaking of, that does bring us to Norok now. In the basement, still very much on fire. What are you doing, G?
Just gonna finish getting out of here.
Yeah, you can very easily rush your way up the steps. You do see that there's another avatar behind you who's going to try to be running out behind you. But apart from that, you don't see anyone else moving. There's a couple of charred bodies nearby. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just activate the streets here real quick. So move
he
us
says
up
he can't
here.
hear you.
Nothing changed on my side.
The light on your headphones are off.
Yeah, is the battery dying?
There you go.
You only got to make it 5 more minutes.
Yeah, we're pretty much there.
Yeah, they're dead.
Okay.
I'm just
All right, he says he's just running up the stairs after us.
Okay. All right. Let's do this real quick because we're nearing time anyways. We've got another 15 minutes. We'll hand wave a portion of this in that there's enough commotion around the city here, around this burning building, that you don't really need to be concerned with people chasing after you because none of you were really you didn't leave enough witnesses for any of you to actually be the target, I guess, if that makes sense. The Juthrans were after Jazera and potentially Pogo, but you pretty much killed everybody else. That would have seen that the rest of you guys were involved with that.
Whoa, hold on.
The Juthrans that
killed
chased
everybody
us
else.
Yes,
Yeah.
Well,
and the Juthrans set the fire.
We
So
don't
technically they
control
killed
fire.
themselves.
God controls fire.
Well, that's fine.
Don't tell me this is
maybe
the second time we gassed the Juthrans.
That's pretty bad.
Man.
I mean, they killed themselves this time because they're the ones who set the fire to begin with.
Well, Sokka was making a Nazi joke.
Yeah, that was pretty rough.
I was making a burning building joke. They got smoked out.
But anyways, the building very much aflame behind you all as you rush away. There's really not much. Basically everybody's attention is elsewhere, especially since Pogo had casted invisibility not only on Jazera but on himself and Pietro as well. So really nobody was seen flying out of the building except for you guys who were not attached to it, by people that are still alive. So we'll go ahead and
could
end
have just been patrons that are running on
Yeah,
fire.
exactly. Yeah, especially with Seeming still up. So actually, never mind that. Yeah, it was not concentration, right? So Seeming is still up. You guys just look. You don't even look like the ones who jumped into the basement, except for Norok.
Also, I'm pretty sure that dude on the back of the building is also dead. So
he could
Like,
have
I
gotten
don't
away.
know,
There was a guy on the roof that you guys didn't see. There was other
Oh.
people. There were other patrons that could have run out, but there was a guy on the roof that like for sure died. Just because he wouldn't have been able to get down.
Oh God, he was my favorite.
There was at least one guy in the basement, like just other civilian that was in the basement. There were two in the basement, and one of them I just deleted off the map because I didn't want to have 20 different things to run. But like I said, we'll hand way past that portion of it. You guys make your way back to the Gypsy's Gaze, which is a very let's say economy hotel or inn rather. Very it's not dirty. It's just inexpensive down the street. They don't look like you would probably want to eat there. Hence the recommendation apparently that Theo and Avar had received to go to the Old Orange Tabby for food instead. But apart from that, it's still, it's a cheap enough place that they were able to afford that with very little money in the city for a question mark a period of time, even though you guys showed up, 4 days later. But Pietro, you carefully make your way there. Pogo with Pietro, make your way there and carefully land yourself onto a little landing, kind of a wood storage, like for you put wood on like a half roof kind of a thing with Pietro off the side of the building. Where you're not, blocking the front entrance and people make little notice of you, especially with the fire to the west. But you land down there, making your way there, and Jazera steps off. You see that there is a brief moment where you expect she's probably about to flee, and then she kind of just takes a sigh and just stands there. So what are we doing now?
All right. Well, listen, we need to get inside here, and we need to get a room. I'm going to hold your hand since we're invisible. We can't see each other. But I want to let you know that those people there, those Juthrans, were sent from Lady Jeddah to kill you. So you need to know that you are a wanted person in this town, and clearly they're not doing this shyly. So you need to stay with us so that we can make sure you're safe. Now we have a plan, or we're working on a plan, but this is step one. And I'm not going to lie to you, it's not going as well as we had previously anticipated. And I'm going to be a little kind of harsh with her because, like, I'm a little annoyed with her, and I'm trying to convey that in my tone.
I was going to have you make a deception check about the Juthrans being after her because of Lady Jeddah, but she doesn't seem inclined to disbelieve you at this point.
Yeah, and so just come on, don't talk, don't say anything. We need to be quiet. Because I still don't want to drop invisibility. I want to find us a room.
Mm-hmm.
As we go
find a room while invisible.
Yep, we're not paying for a room. Okay. We're gonna go and see if we can find a room.
Hold the door open.
Just anyone that's maybe not locked or something.
Okay.
Or even if it's So basically, we're gonna go inside this place and see if we can find a room. And I'm also going to keep an eye out for if we do see the boy and Sarah's father if they're there as well.
Okay. It has been all of
5 minutes.
Not even that. Well, by the time you flew over there, yes, it's been about 5 minutes since you left the Old Orange Tabby. So very, very little time. Like a huge amount of things that happened in such a short period of time. But yeah, it's been probably 5 minutes since you jumped out the window of the Old Orange Tabby. So they would not have had time to make it there at all yet. You make your way up the stairs, though, very carefully, trying to be as quiet as you can, telling her, kind of holding her hand and whispering her to not make noise up the stairs either. You see, it's a very small place. There's only 6 rooms. There's 3 doors on the left, 3 doors on the right, and you try each, and all of them. You make it down to the last one, the 6th door. They're all locked. You feel like this is a kind of place, obviously, that would give you a key, and you'd use the key to open the door. So your question of whether or not one
When
is
I walked
unoccupied.
in through the main area, was it obvious? Was there an innkeeper behind a desk with keys, or did I see like? Because I go steal a fucking key. I don't give a shit. But like,
Sure.
did I
You
see
didn't see
anything?
one. There's a kitchen. There's like you walked in and there's a small bar area. It looks like they probably don't get a lot of patronage as far as their food and drinks, but there was a bar area. There's probably keys behind that is where they would typically be. You've worked in plenty of taverns before. And then there was a door that must lead to a kitchen area, and there's like somebody clearly doing dishes or something back there, like pots and pans banging around, but you didn't see anybody.
I'm going to hang out in this kind of hallway area with her at the end of the hallway,
Mhm.
and I'm going to talk through my Rocky Talkie. All right, we're back at the rally point. What was the name of it again? I apologize.
Gypsy's Gaze.
Gypsy's Gaze. We're at the Gypsy's Gaze at the back of the hallway. When you get here, find out what room your father's in so we can meet there. We're safe for now, but I've only got about 50 more minutes for us to stay invisible. But for right now, we're safe. And we're going to stay at the end of the hallway, and I'm going to whisper to her that we're going to hang out here until either they get here or a room opens or we see someone we know.
Okay. Right. There's a lot of tenseness in her hands because she apparently believes that now the Juthrans were, hired by Lady Jeddah somehow to come after her. She's been hiding from the Juthrans, obviously, based on her status. You would expect that she would be probably for a good long time. So that basically was very little chance of her not believing that because it makes sense. So she's just kind of quietly, almost mewling to herself. It sounds like she might be crying. And she kind of slumps down against the corner, still letting you hold her hand, but she kind of slumps down in the corner. You hear the kind of scraping against the wall, and feel her hand kind of going down to your level, essentially. The rest of the group, are you guys doing anything on your way there, or just making your way to the Gypsy's Gaze?
Just making our way there.
Everybody?
Come on,
Yeah, just kind of traveling there.
Okay. All right. You are pushing through throngs of people that are kind of rushing this direction. So you're moving against traffic as they're all kind of rushing towards this big fire. By now, there are multiple mages. So you see mages on griffins flying above you, kind of flapping overhead, heading in the opposite direction toward the fire. Clearly recognizable as city cadre mages of some sort, probably intended to put out the fire, or at least mitigate damage and keep it from spreading. But nobody seems to be paying any of you any attention, including the Yogg, as you make your way there. You don't pass the Oanevar, but when you get to the inn, you step. All of you, I would say that all of you kind of kept decent pace with each other. But as you step into the front door of this kind of small and inexpensive inn, you see Theo and Avar kind of standing at the bar, just waiting there, just like they're waiting for something. What happened to you guys? Did you do that? Did you start all that?
We should probably go up to your room. It's been a long 10
Shut the
minutes.
fuck up.
Well, Pogo, you can hear them downstairs.
I can
You
hear them,
heard
but
them.
that's Pogo's inner monologue.
I'd just be like, yeah, the Drewland set a fire. We just tried to get away from it.
Theo kind of squints a little bit. What are they? Why would they care? What were they after?
We should
The
go
girl.
to your room.
Well, I mean, we can go up there, but there's barely room for a couple of us, let alone your Yogg friend here. And he looks up at Norok. You sure you don't want to just go outside? Like, we can go find it. It's a small room. It's not meant for a bunch of people.
Right, hang on. I'm gonna walk up to. Is there somebody there? You said there wasn't anybody at the front, right?
Correct. Yeah, there's somebody clearly is in the kitchen. They don't seem to be paying any notice. There's somebody's doing dishes around the like a doorway into the back area.
All right, I'm just gonna look at my dad. How did you get a room here? Who do I talk to?
She's back there, I think. I don't remember her name.
Great. I'll just point my finger in that direction and use message and be like, "Excuse me, can I get a room, please?"
The dishes stop, and you hear a very gruff shout. Well, that wasn't necessary. You could just say it. We don't take kindly to that around here.
Sorry about that.
And you see her kind of stepping around the corner, a little bit on the older side. She's kind of lifting an apron up to dry her hands. Human woman, gray hair. So just one, because we don't have any Yogg-sized rooms. I don't know that I want him staying here anyway.
He's super friendly. What's your biggest room?
They're all the same size, but none of the beds are big enough for him. He can barely sleep on the floor down here, let alone one of the rooms.
I mean, we could like sit him up in a corner.
I don't think I like. I heard you talking about a fire.
Yeah, there was this huge fire in the like square, like a.
Yeah, but we don't want none of this trouble. I think you all should just go on now.
This is the DM question. This is the tavern that Pepperjack said was with the
The
crowblind.
crowblinders use it as a quiet. Well, they use it to not be obvious when they're in the city.
Great.
So, yeah.
So
But they're all human. You know, they're almost all humans. A few elves. So
great. So I guess I'll just like. Oh, fuck. I don't know if I want to use Pepperjack's name. Yeah, no, fuck it. I'll just lean over and like whisper and be like, okay, look, we're trying to help Pepperjack with some stuff. We just kind of need a room to talk quietly for a few minutes. If we can do that, that'd be great.
you're friends with the commander?
Yes, ma'am. It was a woman, right?
Yeah.
No, just call him ma'am. That's a power move right there, man.
Calling an old man, ma'am. They start losing testosterone at like 65 or something anyway, right? Yeah, I can't turn the commander down. If you're friends of his, then you could certainly use some space above. 4 and 5 are open. 6 is open. Here, she pulls off some keys. Use all 3 if you need to. If you're gonna stay the night, though, let me know. I still don't have beds that'll fit your friend, but we'll try to make space if we need to.
We'll try to sleep somewhere else and just come here if we need a private.
I mean, the rest of you can all fit. I don't even mind. I mean, if he's a friend of the commander, I'll take your word for it, as long as he doesn't start any fights or anything. But you know, there's still just not much room for him.
He's probably going to be the least one to start a fight out of the group.
Yeah, we'll see about
Just
that.
being honest.
All right, let's do this, guys, because we're at time anyways. I actually thought we would get a little bit into that, but that's all right. We'll get to that next week. Let's see. So for now, anyways, we'll pick up next week where you guys are all, in this, at least in a safe enough place to have the conversations you're looking to have there. The 30th, everybody.